Do 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 to do to do to do to do to do to do do. Bam 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 bam. Whoa. Oh. Better now? Yes. Okay. First time I've logged on into Honkai and actually looked around for the past few days. Pardon me. Ladies and gentlemen, we're live again. Welcome to the stream. Hope everyone's having a great old day. Playing some Honkai today. We're going to get through a lot of things. We've got a lot of stuff to do with Honkai. We haven't streamed it since last week, Tuesday, essentially. Got a bunch of story chapters, got a bunch of the weeklies to do. And as per usual, we love to start off these Mondays with a bit of a quiz. Can we get a 10 out of 10 again, please? That'd be great. I hate replaying this shit. Okay, which of Rever's Calico's attack is unable to inflict rhyme trauma? I don't know. I think it's a predation. Fuck! Every elite's highest rank is double S. Incorrect. It's, there are triple S is elites in Exalted. Yep. Which of the following stigma pieces boosts the host's attack speed? Michelangelo? Fuck, what? It's not Mike. Well, this, yeah, we're fucked. Host of Sentience's shield, I'm untouchable, blocks all damage. Yes? Fuck. How many Zakti? 6. See, that's a question I know. Which of the following actions enables Dark Bolt Journey to cast her numerous kunai darts forward? That one, whichever that was. Follow as your appear combo attack, white stacks. White stacks is SP. Rever's Calico special predation. Tab weapon active after 2 combo attacks. Which of the following monsters does not have a shield? Mixing effects. Switch team members. Oh wait, no. How does Dire Dimension share mixing effects with teammates? Switch teammates in. What was this one again? Combo attack? And then blank. And that's it. Okay. Oh no, we got this one wrong as well. 3 wrong. Oh, fucking hell. I've only ever gotten like a full sweep, a 10 out of 10, I think, one time in my whole life of playing this fucking game. This goes to show how fucking dumb I can be, eh? I feel like I know the answers a lot of the time though. I just don't really apply myself. I could have, looked up a few of the answers myself, but something about that, ain't it? Something about applying myself and using my brain power to my advantage. Something about it just doesn't sit right with me. I'm not sure why. I'm just not about this whole brain and thinking whole thing. It's not really my type of activity. Oh, can't figure out how to play Paladinus. Go horse. That's a bit of damage, I think. I think I played Paladinus okay there. That was pretty alright. That wasn't a terrible performance. It's faster than some of my weeks, actually. I've just gotten used to using Senti ever since I've had to use her to get a lot of my physical stuff done. I've just gotten a lot more used to using Senti, which is pretty important these days. We did get 2 set Raksha, though, for Senti over the past few days. From the battle pass, obviously, we got that. Where is she? Look at that. We got bottom and top now. We just need Raksha middle, and we're cooking. Probably should also get that leveled up, but I don't have the resources as of right now. But this one, boost team crit damage by 25%. Sounds very juicy, but only really useful for my Alicia. And then in the future, my what's-her-face, my hair. But what's another weekly we can do? We're going to do the Universal Mirage, and that's pretty much it before we start doing the story. Maybe spend some of my, not Universal Mirage, the Abyss, and then use Universal Mirage. We are at, like 2 Abysses away from Nirvana though, which is kind of pog. And now we got a fire week to ruin all my fun. Oh. Is it quantum? It's quantum. Shit. Actually, that might not be too bad. I think this team is probably the go-to if I just switch you to you know what, it might not be as bad as I think, maybe. This is the go-to team. Make sure I have my buffs on. Just because of the universality, the reach, I'm not sure what it is, but something about this team is that I think the choice for the Quantum Week over the full imaginary team that would be the other one. But here we go. We're trying to get top 3. We want to get to Nirvana one time in my life. That's the dream. Get to Nirvana once and then I'm set. I don't really need to get to Nirvana twice. Pretty much getting to Nirvana twice is kind of cringe. Like, there's no reason to do it. Just once. I don't like that the QT runs out very quickly. The QT for Eden does run out, like, the timer is pretty fucking atrocious. I'm not a massive fan of that. I'm not a massive fan of the timer just being like 0 seconds. Wow, that was pretty quick. I don't know why. Her timer just does not... Like, where the fuck did it go? There was a QG there, but then there wasn't. What happened? Big damage? 72,000. I thought it would be higher. I thought it would be about 100k. Usually is against a lot of these. Maybe it's because I don't have the bonus. Shooting Carmen, hello there. It's usually the opposite way they get to do that combo. I'm not sure why it's sometimes different. Now I could do the mechanics, I could, but I will not. I will not be doing any mechanics here. I'm gonna use that really quickly. Yeah, this combo isn't working as smoothly as I think it should. Usually it works very, very smoothly. This guy only uses that combo. Only uses that combo when I don't want him to. Yeah, so he only uses his goddamn collapse attack during opponent's disciplinary position. Kind of obnoxious. But what are you gonna do? If anything, I could have tried using Susannah. I don't have her at S or double S. I don't know if I do, but we could have tried using her. Wouldn't have been bad now that we've got Senti a bit up, but oh well. I don't think the damage would outweigh a fully built team. I don't believe so. A pseudo well-built character would not outweigh a fully built team, I don't think. Well, we got one collapse, which is a great thing. One collapse in the full 4 minutes. We don't have the damage bonus. Unfortunately. Bang, bang, bang. I just couldn't see it because there was so much visual clutter. I just didn't see the circle. Very nice. Love to see it. Love to see it. Doesn't matter. Minute 20 left. Wow. That is not good. Who would be the last boss again? I don't know quantum bosses. I guess maybe Triple S. What's his name? Tutankhamun? Or would it be the one that transforms? Oh. Who is it? Oh no, it would be that guy. Oh no, I don't like this one. Oh no. Only Vilvi's good against him. Only Vilvi. Get this lady off the team. What the hell? Parademo Feliz. Actually, maybe not only Vilvi, but Vilvi's substantially better. Oh yeah, when the enemies just start running around, love it. Favorite mechanic? You hit them once and they all just start running around like headless chickens. Let's go. Do I have the right... No, I don't even have the... I have a good elf, I'm just not using her. We have Water's Edge, just not using her, am I? Using Jing Wei. I will admit, the tracking on a lot of the enemies in Honkai is not the greatest I've ever seen. They kind of track you like aimbots almost, really. It's not the greatest thing I've ever seen. No. So many hits on the hit combo. Boom. Thank you. And then this. I'm actually very skeptical to say that we'll actually get this because this one also has the dodging simulator boss fight. As the dodging simulator boss, well not dodging, yeah, the dodging simulator boss fight, the shitty one. I guess we'll do that. And yeah, I think there's a highly low chance. God damn, I can't say English. Very low chance that I should get this floor as well. I have a feeling as well, for some reason, at least he's doing a bit of a low damage moment here. have a feeling like she may not have a weapon equipped. I hope not. I hope that's not the case. That would be a very me thing to do, though. I did not use Li Sushang, but alright, go on. 2 minutes. This shouldn't be this hard, but it is, so we have to manage. No. A minute. I fucking hate this fight so much, oh my god. I hate this fucking fight so much. Oh. The fact that it was that difficult. It's probably to do with part of else not being geared, but Jesus Christ, that fight should not be that hard. That was only the fucking filler stage as well. Quantum intensive! Do I dare try Susannah? I don't have a good one, but do I dare try it just to see how it goes? There's no harm in doing it, right? No harm in trying a bit of a Susannah moment. Just because of quantum. Why the hell do you... Why do you have a max level Rakshati? Wait a second. What the fuck? I know I had 2 of them. I didn't know I had 1 max level. I don't remember maxing 1 out. Holy crap. Okay. We'll just see if we'll see if it makes a difference having the quantum collapse versus not. I don't think it will. It's also this stage. I think this one is much better for Aponia. Off to a great start though.
殴れるものね弱ってごらん私は全てを変えます手伝いますはっやっ準備できました踊りましょう音楽が鳴り止むまで
バランパパン。
綺麗だから気に入ってほしい。
殴れるものなら殴ってごらん全力で頑張りますごめんなさいやっちょっと逃げないで準備できましたそちらは
高い。
私が来ました
I don't know how I did that, but
弱すぎ
I don't know how I necessarily did that, but that's fine.
手伝います準備はいいですかリズムに合わせましょう
ありがとうナイトさん。いや
弱すぎ殴れるものなら殴ってごらん全力で頑張ります
It's not going the worst it could have went. But right about this point, we ain't doing damage.
準備できました踊りましょう音楽が
Yeah, right about this point, damage is hitting an all-time 0. Yeah, we'll use the opponent team. It'll just be a bit faster, I think. If only we probably Griseo gears would make that a lot easier. Just Griseo gears. Don't need Susannah gears, to be honest. Don't need Susannah gears.
アサルト火力維持武装再構築手動操縦開始コンプレイトリープリペアード真理の名をもって過去を超えます
Boom.
星が光り輝く歌と共に踊りなさい
なぜ戻ろうとし
Boom.
結末の余韻に耳を傾け
A bit faster than the just a bit faster than with Susannah. But yeah, Griseo gears would probably make that better.
コンタクト位置につき
Don't
まし
really need full gear Susannah. Not really a
た反
must
応
have.
検索一層
アンコールの時
Can't believe I have first strike Hyper with healing path. Yep.
間が必要よテンポを上げましょう
She's very easy with healing path, yeah.
私が代わりに断罪す
Like I said, there's a fair few cheese mechanics to a lot of them.
私が
And if you can just remove that ensnaring debuff consistently, 100%.
あらゆる定めに敬服
Because all it is the mind control buff that she puts on enemies, or on your allies, sorry, that really messes you up. Because at a certain point she does it to 2 of them, and then at a certain point also does it to 3 of them.
星が砕け散
So
る
being able to
見
remove
た
that
こと
from
あ
the
ります
game,
か
and also the immortality of having a heal going constantly, is also kind of overpowered, so yeah. Congrats on getting Kaka done though, nice, congratulations. And welcome to the stream, Neko, hope you're having a great evening, buddy.
あなた許せない
I wasted a bit too much time on
私が万里
Eden
を
there.
断絶せよ彼女コンタクト位置につきました搭載武装ファイヤー安全装置解除します
勝利の外貨が響かんことを曲調が強くなるわよ今黄金のように輝きなさいテンポを上げましょう
体が弱すぎるのかなぜ戻ろうとしない迷える旅人よ
Ba-bum,
私が
ba-bum, ba-bum,
万里を
ba-bum,
断
ba-bum,
絶せよ今使命を受けなさい
ba-da-ba-ba-bum,
あらゆる定めに敬服せよ
ba-bum.
ヒロアナイアレーション執行しますコンプレイトリープリペアードリチャージワンツーファイヤー
勝利の外貨が響かんことをこれがあなたへのレクイエムよ
私が災いをもたらした場所
ああ
よく似ている
テンポを上げましょう
いいです
one. We probably should wait for the... Bro, Jesus Christ, what is that circle, man? Oh, not the fucking dodging guy. You know what? Fuck trying to do mechanics. Holy shit, I hate mechanics in this donkey game. Don't even know how I got that one. Fair enough. I don't know how I got a collapse there. Didn't do anything, but understandable. Have a nice day. Nope, wrong character. I don't even know how you got into the mix. Nothing is going as planned. God fucking damn it. Well, as much as this was a pretty fucked run, we still got it done. Just, I don't know why the game now, for some reason, the Herrscher of Truth Eden combo just does not work as smoothly as it did like 2 weeks ago. The combo's just not working. Eden's QTE goes off cooldown or disappears for some reason, like, I don't know, 4 times quicker. Doesn't make so much sense to me, but... oh my god, this guy had 268, Jesus. Surely I can beat that. I hope. It's a Vil V week. Got 2 imaginary characters. The pony is like my only good one here because of universal hit rate. Maybe. I'll see. Maybe, maybe not. We'll have to, He didn't scoot, he didn't trigger. Fair enough. See, it just does sometimes it just doesn't trigger. It's like, what's the point of it if it's not gonna trigger when it used to? What the fuck, man? Mr. Eden, Herrscher doesn't work with Herrscher of Truth. Also, QD just disappeared like Gotta Go Buy Milk. Yeah, it's a bit. The thing is, though, it used to work with Eden. I'm not sure why it doesn't anymore. That's my thing right now. Is that it used to work. It just now, for some reason, has suddenly been like, you know what? Actually, I didn't actually want to function, and I'll just stop. It's like, alright, dude, fair enough. What the fuck is happening? Okay. I don't think I've ever experienced that. And then here, it triggers on some fucking dumbass stuff. It triggers on some dumb stuff.
消滅す
Haven't
る
touched Honkai Impact 3 at all? Damn, dude. Imagine not playing one of the big games. Wow, crazy.
結末の
Hey, what's up, King?
余韻
Welcome to the
に
stream, man.
傾けよ
Bit of an early one, is it, King? Bit of an early one, huh?
うヒロに
Fair enough.
火力維持コンプレイトリープリペアード星が砕け散る様を見たことはありますか
But yeah, dude, not playing Honkai Impact 3, eh?
ステージに戻る
Honkai Star Rail, a bit of a popular game, eh?
高ぶり合唱よあなた許せない結末の余韻に耳を
Honkai
傾
Star
けよ
Rail, a bit of a popular video game.
静まれ
I might have to swap out Truth for
今日はもう遅
official.
すぎる何事にも
コンタクト位置につきましたエリア警戒標的射撃しますエネルギー解放全エリア放
アンコールの時間よ一曲踊りましょう私を探してるのどこに行くのかしら次の現場に急ぐのねテンポを上げましょういいでしょうどうして構わない
If you could just like do one of your attacks that like actually like lets me like play the game, that'd be fucking really appreciative.
構わない苦しみの中で心を入れ替えなさい
Yeah, honestly, it doesn't fucking matter. We've
目
lost
覚
all
め
of
な
our
さい
damage.
彼女
アナイアレイション執行します
By the time I get the combo going,
コ
it'll
ンプレイトリープリペアードリチャージ
yeah. No.
ワンツーファイヤー
You're an early one, Ben. Well, here's the thing.
ステージに戻る
Here's the thing, King. I am an early one. I'm the early bird that gets the worm.
私が静まれ
I am the one who
今日
cooks.
はもう遅すぎる
I mean, I am the one. What's he saying? I am the one who knocks.
迷える旅人よ
But also, I think that saying is so much better. I am the one who
アサ
cooks.
ルト火力維持
That sounds so much cooler than knocking.
コンプレイ
Hey,
ト
bro,
リ
what are you
ー
knocking
プリ
on?
ペアードリチャージ
Like, what do you? But like, what are you cooking though, right? You know what I mean?
火力連
So many missed opportunities from Mr. Walter.
アンコールの時間よ歌と共に踊りなさいここで
Yeah, listen, this run is fucking atrocious. 260, but there's no chance of getting anything higher, so it is what it is. A door? Nah, doors aren't real.
影はすでに
Doors aren't real. That's where there's an easy misconception, King. Doors are not real. And you know what? I'm not even gonna try to get better because fuck Quantum Weeks and fuck Imaginary Weeks. Just fuck this game. You know what I mean? Just fuck this donkey ass piece of garbage, bullshit ass, dumb ass game. But I know I take it all back. This game's fine. Let me get some more SC material so I can get Prometheus and Hare's weapon. Both pre-armed day one. That would be peak fun, is to get those two juiced up out of the roof. We've got the event to do. I want to do the event before we start the story, because we've got part 2 and 3 of the story to do, so it's going to pretty much take up, I think, a majority of the stream, doing all 2 parts, and we're going to do it in one nice flow. So we're just going to piddle around a bit in the event, maybe. Captain! Look no further. Arctic City Center is having a grand anniversary sale and Homie World Tour Championship. Oh, is this something that I have to play at a very specific time? Like the fucking... Do I have to... I'll play the tutorial. Walter, I am cooking. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. Bum, 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 bum. Open up. Ugh. That was a wasted jump. Wow. We would have lost just then. We would have lost. Incredible. Wow, Fall Guys, am I right or am I right? The contest rules, then let's have a match. Yeah, I fucking knew it. I need to play it at like 2 in the morning or something if I want to actually get anything achieved, right? It's 2 in the morning, isn't it? time open 10 to 2 in the next day. Go fuck yourself, Mahoya. Go fuck yourself. They suck at this event. This event sucks already. I'm just gonna say it. Don't have fucking time restrictions. Either have the event be like up all the time, or don't have the event. It's a simple procedure. Mahoya, you stink like rotten tomatoes. Or you literally stink like rotten tomatoes. Alright, we're looking for who? What are we looking for here? That's, what's her face's weapon. We might try to get that. I think I was looking for, oh, who the hell was it now? I need to pull up the list. I'm looking for someone from here, right? Is it one of the ice ones, or is it the fire ones? I was thinking, oh, I was looking for, what's this lady? This lady, Thales. We're looking for Thales. So we can then upgrade that to Leeuwenhoek. Once we get to that point. Alright, Thales. May swimsuit? Nah, not really. Is that lightning or something? Nah. I'm here for fire. Isaac, Kepler. Is that, what are you? Isaac B? This is the good one, isn't it? Nah. Kiana, Cleopatra. Thales, there you are. Okay. Isn't this one also good? No, it's not. And we have Nuada's Grief here as well, though. Nuada's Grief, that is Shadow Knight's weapon. Shadow Knight is a bit of a person. So this could be fun, I think. But I don't want to invest in it right now. It boosts damage. Oh, does it? Let me try to find it. Give me a second. Is this it? $12. Is that at max? No, how do I see it at max? You can't do that with fucking Honkai, can you? That's the thing I like about HSR. You can see something with its percentages at max level. You just set like it to max superimposition and max level, and you can see all the bonuses, which is like so much fucking better. HSR has so many good quality of life things. Holy crap! I'm not sure. The reason I'm going for Thales though is because this G4 Fire will be added soon, and I would like to just get that easily. So you can, but I forgot how. No, it's not important. Oh yeah, there she is. You're right. Nah, I'm not gonna get it though. Oh my god, it's Kafka. What the fuck? Oh my god, Kafka's in Honkai Star Rail and Impact? What the hell? Yeah, I'm gonna get Thales anyway. Because... yeah, I just am. But I need to double check something. I forgot, is she the actual one that upgrades from it? Yeah, Thales. Because we're already getting Shakespeare right now. We're in the process of getting Shakespeare, just for Dia and Korra. But I do want to have a supply to maybe get... oop, that's the wrong one. How do I... oh, I forgot. I played too much HSR. I forgot how this UI works. Jesus Christ. Alright, Thales, welcome to the party. That's fine. To be quite fair, though, I didn't have to sacrifice any stigmatas to get that, even though I probably could sacrifice more to get more, but I won't. Let's just reset to see what else we would have gotten. Michael, Tesla, Bronya, Michael, Gustav. 2 Michaels and 2 one Tesla. Siren. And then Callan, Noir, Fu, Callan, Beethoven, Wildy, Noir, Path to Achiron. Yes, indeed. Achihu. Okay, and then from the coin shop. We want to get this lead up to S or double S, I think. Because she also unlocks something really good at double S, if I remember correctly. Yeah, inflict more bleed trauma. That might be able to carry our damage a bit and help us get a better score, but I'm not too fast right now. I really want them to streamline Honkai Impact UI, same as both Genshin and HSR. Probably won't happen for a fair while, Kiers, I'll be honest. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Hope you're having a great evening. Thanks for the bite. But it won't happen for a while until they do their infamous rework that they're kind of hyping up, but they're not really talking about. I'm not sure what they could talk about with it, but it won't happen till then. At least not in my opinion. I don't believe so. Let's do some Universal Mirage whilst we can, because we are doing fire. We're just getting G3s. We need 600 G3s, so quite a lot. But we're here for a good time, not a long time. But yeah, they should streamline it, but Honkai is it's an older game, so it's a much older game, so who knows if they'll actually do it. Get rid of the bridge, I think might be better. No, the bridge is fine. Everyone likes a nice aesthetic background, in my opinion. Okay, the sole reason that it's kind of hard to compare it to, though, let's be real right now, Kez, to both Genshin and HSR, is because they're both kind of open world games, so your main menu is you in the open world, right? That is your main menu. Whilst Honkai Impact is literally a menu-based game, and so you're always in a menu instead of like in an open world. So it's kind of hard to compare them. But yeah, Honkai, even among other games like Honkai Impact, UI is pretty bad. It's not that great. I've seen a few better UIs in my days, but a lot of UI-based games aren't that good for a UI. And that's being brutally honest. Like, I'm keen to see Ether Gaze's UI. I think I've seen Ether Gaze's UI once or twice, so it's main menu UI, but it's also a menu-based game. And I'm keen to see how it looks once we I think it launches on the 20th of May, 22nd of May, somewhere around there. And I'm kind of keen to see that one, but for now, it's like, it's hard to predict. Adventure task really quickly. Actually, no, we need energy for... Do I have some energy bottles? No, I have a bunch of energy here. Okay. I was gonna say, I need energy for... I need to do Elysian Realm first. Okay, we're gonna blast out Elysian Realm. We're not gonna try to do anything memories. Has it reset? Oh, it's changed! Right? Okay, and it's changed. The new Elysian Realm. Enemy resistance to stun, freeze, and paralyze increases, so you can't do shit to them. Shop sells normal signets 30% cheaper, but upgrade signets and sells enhanced signets both 30% more expensively. Enemy base HP increases by 5 when a floor is cleared, non-imaginary enemy HP is increased by 2, and imaginary enemy HP is increased by 0.8. So it's an imaginary-based Elysian Realm, so you can kind of use your origin and your finality and your truth. Enemies gain 30% total damage reduction, but lose 6% total damage reduction every time ignite, paralyze, or bleed trauma is inflicted. Kind of interesting. Lasts until the floor is cleared independent. So you need to ignite them. So, who the fuck would paralyze? Paralyze it is. That's fine. Finality in Vilvi. After hitting an enemy with a combo attack, increases the total damage received by enemies by 15 for 10 seconds, triggering again the reset duration. Bodhi and Stars is boosted, so it's kind of going for the Vilvi there. But Stars is also pretty good. Stars is encouraged. After the deployed Valkyrie deals physical damage, lightning damage increases by 50 for 10 seconds, triggered again to refresh the duration. That is for Shadow Knight because she was added this patch. Alright, not bad, not bad. We are going to chuck in the big lady though. We're going to use what's-her-face. What's her name again? I can't remember. Oh, Valkyries who use fists, chakrams, cannons, or pistols gain 20% elemental breach and 50% physical breach. 50% physical! Oh my god. Oh my god. That's why I do really think it should change. Honkai Impact should change to somewhat of an open world game though. Playing HSR made me realize Honkai Impact 3rd should change a lot of their root game. Yeah, but then it wouldn't be Honkai Impact, right? Here's the thing, Kez. I think it's something that I'm not accusing you of doing right now, but it's something that a lot of Genshin Impact players are accusing HSR of kind of doing. And to simplify it is, there needs to be a difference between the video games, or the game is the same thing, and you're just playing two games that are the same thing and giving you the same product, right? Like if Honkai Star Rail was a pure open world like Genshin, but it just had turn-based combat, it would feel shit because it's the same game, the same general gameplay. It's all just, when you get into the actual combat, it's slightly different, but the general play is the same. And so that's why they made it a bit more of a streamlined open world with, like, you know, paths and tunnels and whatnot, instead of pure open world. Then the combat is completely different. And then Honkai Impact 3 is a completely different ballgame in and of itself, that it's a menu-based action combat QTE game. So I think if you make the games a bit too similar, then the line between those two games is a bit too big, a bit too small, and thus they can be essentially the same game, and you're playing the same game twice, and it's essentially a reskin. That's why most companies don't release, like, the same style of games. You know, that's why one company doesn't run 2 MMOs, it usually doesn't run 2 shooters. It's because you have to reskin your game, or you have to change your game and then also reskin it. If you change Honkai, all Honkai Impact 3 nature, it won't be Honkai Impact 3. Yeah, that's simply it. And the part where Genshin Impact community came in is that they were all kind of expecting Honkai Star Rail to play the same as Genshin Impact. I'm not sure why. That's how that started, rather. That's what I meant by that. Is that they were expecting to have dodges, jumps, open world, or more open world. They were expecting a lot of these things, and then when they played, they were like, oh, I can't jump. I can't dodge. I can't do this. And so, you know, well, it's because it's a different game. If you could do all those things, you might as well just go back to playing Genshin. Why are you playing HSR if you want to do those things? Go and play the one that delivers you that product, you know? So, I think Honkai Impact should upgrade itself, but I think it should still stay fundamentally what it is right now, instead of moving into more open world stuff and whatnot. I think the stage-by-stage kind of gameplay is what Honkai Impact 3 is. But Ultimate Evasion, thank you. And then every 60 combo hits, enemies take 3% more total damage. Ultimate Evasion, I don't think Hershra Finale triggers Ultimate Evasion that easily. Because her absolute Ultimate Evasion thingy is not actually an Ultimate Evasion. Oh, but it's Ultimate Evasion skill. I can't remember how to trigger it for her. Doesn't matter, actually. Casting Weapon active restores SP. When an active deployed lands a melee attack, deal 10% total damage, trigger and refreshes. That's 15. This is just landing a melee hit. I don't know if I land melee hits. Doesn't matter. Where is she? Where's the big lady? Finality woman. Hello. Genesis? Yes, please. Stigma sets, correct. Add you. We are going for stars. Paintbrush. And then, what's the stars one again? The painting. The painting. We might as well use this lady. What's her name? It actually does. Well, I'm gonna have HP reduction, so actually no, Jingwei. Bit of healing never hurt anyone, eh? Bit of healing never hurt anyone. Yeah, that's essentially it. That's kind of my perspective on the 3 games. Condescension, please? Ego, 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 ego. Doesn't work if you just say the name of the thing. It doesn't appear. Let's find those stars. You know, we're not going to get the... Stars a bit of a finicky one. I will say though, coming back to Honkai Impact 3rd, the animations are so much longer. I want to have the speed up animation stuff that Star Rail has, even for HSR. Sorry, even for Impact 3rd. These animations are so fucking long. Hey, bro, let me just go through the ultimates in like 1 second, please. Same thing with Genshin, but then I also realized that Honkai Impact 3rd's animations for their fucking ultimates are so much longer than Genshin's. Like, Genshin's are pretty fast. Like, not as fast as HSR, but god damn. The slowest in terms of the old animation is Impact, and then Genshin, and then HSI. It's kind of crazy. Oof, thank you, Inigo. Honkai Impact 3rd have smart mode for a long time. They should make use of it, change UI, but keep the bridge, remove all unnecessary stuff. Yeah, but that's the difficult part, I will be honest. Is, like, literally labeling what is unnecessary. Like, that is the difficult part about just removing things. You have to be confident in yourself as a developer to know what is unnecessary and what is necessary to keep on the main menu. There is a lot of stuff that is unnecessary for Genshin Impact's menu right now, like holy crap. But yeah. I made a movie about the necessary stuff before. I know I have. But it's the developers themselves. They need to find a way to get those like that information because they obviously don't watch every video made about their game ever, right? And so they need to know what information and what stuff they need to remove. I think it is High Flames here. Daybreak, Infinity, Vicissitude. No. Helix, Deliverance, Discipline. No. Daybreak, Gold, Vicissitude. I have the paintbrush! I hate this game. What the? I thought I pressed that button, forgetting that is summoned whenever I do that. But I was like wondering, why the fuck is this lady appearing on this floor? She doesn't appear here. Why are you not dead? What is wrong with you? When I was playing both Genshin and Aegis, I feel like pulling the Stigmata is unnecessary. Yes, people can farm for Stigmata, but make it all the Stigmata. Pardon? 1 second. Let me... There we go. Playing both Genshin and Aegis, I feel like pulling for Stigmata is unnecessary. Yes, people can farm for Stigmata, but make it all of the Stigmata. Like make all Stigmata farmable. I'm not sure why Genshin's in this, because Genshin doesn't have farmable weapons. HSR is the only game right now that has the whole, like, you can get 5-star weapons, or 5-star light cones through the shop. So I'm not sure why Genshin's there, but yeah, like, maybe. Like I say maybe because it's a bit of a tough one, because then, you know, they still have to make money. Not saying that they don't make money, they make a bit too much money. But if you look at the game as an individual, they still have to have some sort of income. Maybe they should tweak how it is, but maybe. Or maybe just make it an egregiously long grind. That's probably what I'd agree with. Make it, like, just stupidly long. Like, you have to dedicate 40 years of your life to get 1 Stigmata. Ooh, a bit of an ego, though. An ego never hurt anyone. Artifacts and relics are farmable, but that's the thing is that's a completely different system. Like Impact doesn't have Impact doesn't have anything like that. It doesn't have stat management. Like, you understand that, right? Those two games, Genshin and HSR, both have stat management systems, like crit rate, crit damage, elemental mastery, you know, attack percentage, all that stuff, whilst Impact doesn't have that, and that's why it can do that. So there's nothing like that. If there was something like that in Honkai Impact, then absolutely, that stuff should be grindable. But unfortunately, it's because it doesn't have that. You can't. It's hard to do that. Character deals 50% more total damage. Enemies take 30% more for 40 seconds. Wait, oh no, combo attack triggers ultimate evasion. Yeah, clarity, that's the one we need. Now we need stars, but I won't get it, will I? No, vicissitude. Fair enough, we'll take it. If you change it, it's not Honkai Impact anymore. It's that, but it's also just like a lot of HSR players will experience this in the next few weeks, I will say. But they'll see that Honkai Impact, Honkai Star Rail and Genshin Impact are very much the same gameplay in the long run, where it's all about just stat management, right? If you understand that at this current point, then you'll have a fine time. But a lot of players maybe are going to Honkai Star Rail for something different, but they're not going to get something different. They're going to get roughly the same product of stat management. But yeah, it's like it's a bit, yeah. If you change things a bit too much, I think a lot of people like the fact that in Honkai Impact you can just kind of get a character's signature gears, and that's the character at maximum power. You don't actually have to do some stat management. It kind of, in a sense, makes the game a bit more skill-based. I don't want to say it does make the game more skill-based because it's you know the game has also like a set play style, but it makes it a bit less of a numbers game and a bit more of a skill game. Because like Genshin and HSR, it's gonna all depend on, do you have a crit damage relic or artifact? Do you have a crit rate one? Do you have an attack percent one? Do you have a certain amount of energy recharge? Do you have a certain amount of elemental mastery? And that's all those games are, right? Whilst Honkai Impact is a bit more, did you use the ability at the correct time? Are you using your characters in the correct way? You know, so it's a bit more of a different point for all of them. Damn, I love Vicissitude. I love Vicissitude so much. Crazy game. They kind of let you farm Stigma. They need to be a bit more consistent with their free Stigma, like, oh sorry, their farmable Stigma stuff. Right? I think I can agree with that. Like, they need to be adding more, like, a craftable Stigma more frequently. Because right now you do not have adequate, like, Stigma for all avenues in terms of the current game. So, because like there should be a G4 fire already, and they should be thinking about adding G5s, I think. But they're not. So, if I'd agree with that kind of being changed. There should be more craftable ones more frequently. But other than that, it's kind of indifferent. How much damage did I do here? 7,500%. That's alright. That's an alright amount of damage. 40 seconds. If only we had Griseo full. I think I've seen like 2 Griseo doors, right? Or 1 Griseo door, and I'm using the paintbrush? Oh my fucking god, man. This is fucking ridiculous. Goddamn ridiculous. Ridiculous totalis. I don't really care for that one. Or maybe I do. It's 99 per upgrade. Or I could just try to get more and more nexuses. I'm not sure about that one. Said you. I don't know. Approve. I don't know. Sure. Well, if you hate it if somehow they manage to revamp the whole Stigmata system. You don't need to pull for Stigmata, you grind for it and then and do the same stat management thing. Sure, but then again, like I said, they have to make money, right? Because the company as a whole is obviously wealthy, But if each game is taking more money than it is making more money, it'll slowly but surely shut down in the end, right? And so they have to, through some method, make money. And so if you make it, so obviously getting characters can make a lot of money, but if you can also get gems to get the characters, and then all the power that you get for the character is from you grinding, you probably won't make as much money as you think. And so, I don't know. I think it's fine right now. Like, playing 3 stat management games, let's say an average, let's say you're a MiHoYo fan, you play all 3 games, doing stat management in all 3 of them. I feel like there's a bit of difference, you know? You can count as the tickets to play Universal Mirage's Resin or somewhat. I don't know, man. I'm not really following, like, I'm not really kind of there for this. I just think the games are individually different, you know what I mean? Like, it's fair enough to want that, because I think it's obviously a lot more free-to-play friendly. But in the grand scheme of things, I think you make the games too similar, and they meld into one, and then no one will play one of them, right? Because you'll just be playing the one that's higher quality. Oh, these are great doors. These are incredible doors. I love them. Like, like, you'll end up just playing the one that's high quality. If there's no difference between the 2 games. What do you think about the stigma people pulling for so far? Money they wail for stigma and stuff, and suddenly they remove it? To be fair though, that doesn't really matter, because if you've already gotten some mileage out of it, the money you've invested it was all of your own free will to invest, so it would be a kick in the balls, but there's nothing that really can be done with that. Oh, this is just fucking stupid now. This is just fucking dumb as hell. Oh my fucking god. Does it feel fair to all those who put so much money in the game? No, it doesn't. It doesn't really matter. You've already invested the money. It's all of your own free will. They can kind of do whatever they want with it. It obviously wouldn't feel good, but it kind of like it is what it is. Quan loves me? Yeah, I know. It's kind of cringe. It's kind of cringe because her week was last time. So when I was trying to get her last time, I wasn't getting her doors, but now that she's no longer here, and I need Griseo just like slightly more than average, I've gotten 1 Griseo door this whole run. It's kind of shit. I don't think I used that Griseo on use correctly, to be honest. I don't think that was quite correct. 22 seconds. Will I get this? Will I not? I can't tell. And also, like, Honkai Impact's the only fucking Mihoyo game that has any connection issues with me. God fucking damn it, this piece of trash. I should have stopped playing fucking 2 patches ago, man. I should have started playing 2 patches ago. This fucking piece of shit.
キアナのターン。猫ちゃん。ふっ。くらえ。完全ロックオン。アタック。一見そろそろ本気を出すよ。決戦の時は来た。はあ。えい。受けるがいい。
Maybe if I, like, accurately use this ring, I'd probably have a good time, but I just don't know how the fuck to use it, so we're not gonna try. I think we have a lot more time now. I'm not sure what went right exactly.
百発百中一撃必殺戦意制裁逃げられないよ心配しないですぐに終わるから猫ちゃんふっくらえ完全ロックオンアタックこの一撃はかなり痛いよ戦意制裁逃げられないよそろそろ本気を出すよ決戦の時は来たはあふっくらえ天下準備百発百中一見必勝時間が流れ始めるえい受けるがいい逃げられないよ一撃必殺天下準備百発百中この一撃はかなり痛いよ
Fucking quantum, am I right? Jesus Christ, man. It's about the timing if you want to use Grisaia skill. Yeah, that's why I don't use it sometimes. I don't know, I shouldn't have picked it this time. I shouldn't have. Ultimate evasion skill makes them take more, fair. And then total damage. I shouldn't have picked it. Oh wow, as stars? Oh my god, going into the one of the harder fights for now. Wow, I love stars. Wow.
怖がらないで私がいるからここが私のホームグラウンド
I'm just gonna chuck it on
くらえ戦意制裁百発百中この一撃はディアナ出撃準備決戦の時は来た
Boom
火力全開ファイヤー逃げられないよ一撃必殺戦意制裁百発百中心配しないですぐに終わるから猫ちゃんえい受けるがいい逃げられないよこの一撃はかなり痛いよ天下そろそろ本気を出すよえい受けるがいい
I should have used my ult there, whoops
逃げられないよ一見必勝もう少し付き合ってあげる
oh no, I should have waited until after he weakens, but I will.
くらえ戦意制裁百発百中一撃必殺火力全開ファイヤー
Actually, I was expecting him to be much lower, wow.
すぐに終わるから完全ロックオン
Man's only at 6 bars.
この一撃はかなり痛いよ
No, I messed up.
猫ちゃん
Oh, this always happens. I always fucking mess up, man.
逃げられないよ心配しないですぐに終わるから
Oh.
決戦の
I guess I'll go do a ER2. Hi, man. Good luck with it. Good luck.
えい受けるがいい
Catch your end, Echo. Catch your end,
こ
man.
の一撃はかなり痛いよ
Bam.
ロックオンアタックここが私のホームグラウンド逃げられないよ一撃必殺天下準備百発百中この一撃はかなり痛いよ
Something about those buffs. I don't know why imaginary enemies were quoted by name in like increase HP and whatnot. There's fucking like no imaginary enemies in this Elysian realm right now. Why are they the ones getting buffed? All I'm encountering is
あなた
goddamn
は
quantum. Goddamn quantum. Go for the bottom. Trigger everything. Reverie, stars. The thing is, if like I said in the shop, you can get. Let's go to here. They said the enhancements and upgrading is more expensive. So.
怖がらないで。私がいるから。キアナのターン。もう少し付き合ってあげる。ふっ、くらえ。変化。準備。百発百中。この一撃。キアナ。出撃準備。制御。制裁。逃げられないよ。ふっ。決戦の時は来た。はあ。一撃。必殺。完全ロックオン。アタック。心配しないで。すぐに終わるから。猫ちゃん。
I guess there's an imaginary enemy.
逃げられないよ。一撃。必殺。制御。制裁。百発百中。この一撃はそろそろ本気。決戦の時は来た。
Missed it. Jesus Christ.
受けるがいい。逃げられないよ。心配しないで。すぐに終わるから。
I'm struggling to acknowledge that. Why are they like actually so tanky? This does not feel like it's made for imaginary characters. I also. Maybe Elysian just fucking sucks now. I don't know what the fuck's happening.
みんなが喋ってるから。
I have no idea. That one, please. So weird. So weird.
怖がらないで。私がいるから。必殺。
The intervals, I don't need intervals, to be honest with you. Just need raw big boosting. Stars. Okay, we did go to stars, so we can get the last two mixtures. Sure, man. That's actually last two mixtures if we didn't even get the 3-star on this one. I think there's... I don't think there's imaginary... Oh no, there might be imaginary in this one. I can't remember. I didn't switch BKE out. This makes me not happy. This makes me not happy. Okay.
逃げられないよ。一撃。必殺。火力全開。ファイヤー。百発百中。心配しないで。すぐに終わるから。転換。準備。ここが私のホームグラウンド。
I messed up.
もう少し付き合ってあげる。はっ。ドン。や。一見。必勝。ふっ。くらえ。火力全開。ファイヤー。キアナ。出撃。決戦の時は来た。はあ。一撃。必殺。完全ロックオン。アタック。心配しないで。すぐに終わるから。キアナのターン。猫ちゃん。ふっ。くらえ。制御。制裁。百発百中。一撃。必殺。完全ロックオン。アタック。一見。そろそろ本気を出すよ。制御。制裁。百発百中。心 戦の時は来た。
20 seconds. This guy's still got 5 bars.
受けるがいい。逃げられないよ。一見必勝。完全ロックオンアタック。一撃必殺転化準備。逃げられないよ。
Thanks for dying. Really appreciate it.
青い
God
太陽
knows why
紫の実。
he's alive so much, but whatever. We got all the thingies. Now, will all the pains be able to carry me? Probably not. Probably not. I think the one thing that would make maybe Alicia a bit more
私がいるから。
interesting if they let you just do that thing that we talked about a bunch of streams ago. Being able to like combo and get a nexus whilst buying it from when buying it from a shop. Like getting a triple during right now, this period right here, boom, and then being able to actually get a nexus through this. That's like the next thing. You kind of just do it that way. You can kind of fill in pieces and get things going. I don't know why. I just feel like that's kind of a no-brainer. Bit of a no-brainer, man. I again didn't change out BKE. I want to kill myself.
決戦の時は来た。
Dang.
完全ロックオンアタック。突発発中。心配しないですぐに終わるから。転化準備。逃げられないよ。一撃必殺。時間が流れ始める。ついてきて。そろそろ本気を出すよ。
What the fuck? How did that one count as 2? What the fuck happened?
この一撃はかなり痛いよ。
What happened?
付き合ってあげる。
What the? Oh no, I didn't.
受けるがいい。逃げられないよ。一見必勝。完全ロックオンアタック。百発百中。一撃必殺火力全開ファイヤー。心配しないですぐに終わるから。ティアナ出撃準備。せいやここが私のホームグラウンド。ふっくらえ。決戦の時は来た。
Ba-bam.
完全ロックオンアタック。百発百中。一見必勝。転化準備。逃げられないよ。一撃必殺完全ロックオンアタック。この一撃はかなり痛いよ。転化準備。キアナのターン。もう少し付き合ってあげる。そろそろ本気を出す。
Why do I feel like this is maybe not going as smooth as I wanted it to?
逃げられないよ。一撃必殺火力全開ファイヤー。
Damn. Still don't have our Alicia thing, so we're just gonna do that one. Wow. This whole run is, I was expecting to be like 10 times smoother.
一撃決戦の時は来た。
But I am technically only running Fu and Grisea. That's not a great combination. Actually, there's nothing wrong with the combination itself, but it's not like... Maybe it's just not enough.
必勝天下できない逃げられないよ。この一撃はかなり痛いよ。時間が流れ始める。ふっくらえ完全ロックオンアタック。百発百中。心配しないですぐに終わるから。てふっ決戦の時は来た。 逃げられないよ。この一撃はかなり痛いよ。完全ロックオンアタック。はっはっ、極発白中一見必勝。猫ちゃんえい、受けるがいい。火力全開ファイヤー。
Well, we are gonna get it. It's just, I'm not sure. And we're doing fair bit of damage. Wow. Okay, well, maybe we're just meant to do more. Just do more. More is better. Fair enough. I'll try. 1 point, was that 16 million or 1.6 million? Oh my god. And maybe everything lined up there and I just got the perfect bit of damage. Minute 11, it's pretty good. Yeah, what's my time prediction here? I'm thinking, like, probably about 9. It's the same length as usual. About 8:50 to 9:40 is roughly the time. Oh my god, what the? 11:42? What? Where? I want to see a fucking histograph of my time and all the floors. What do you mean 11:40? I didn't feel that bad. Didn't feel almost as slow as our Hirsch Driven Ego fucking ballista build. What the fuck? Jesus Christ. Oh my god, that's actually embarrassing. It's embarrassing to have that on the record, I'll be honest. It's very embarrassing. I'm so sorry that people had to witness that. I may actually just end up quitting the video game because of this. Holy shit. God. Well. And that's all she wrote, eh? That's all she wrote. Oh, it's... Oh. Oh, it is 7:30. Wow, okay. Well, we'll get to start a story now then. We're done with most of our stuff. The daily reset has happened. We'll get right into the main story after we accept all of our gabagoosh, because we've got a lot of things to get through. Gobbledygook. Boo, bee, ba boo, ba ba bee, bam bam bam, bam 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 bam, ba ba boo. We are looking for what's her name? Wakushin Miko. I guess, or Flame Sakitama, doesn't really matter. Not Darkbolt Jonine, please. There she is, Gyakushin Miko. Thank you. No. No. Yes. Oop. Ai-chan is fine. Trying to get a fire support. And Griseo is fine. Okay. Good stuff. Boom. All of our dailies done. And off we go! Right. Thank you. Yep, more pop-ups. Go for it. Yep, thank you. More pop-ups. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alright, let's go. We got... I'll be honest, I don't really remember what happened last time. We're gonna enter story mode as per usual. But I don't really remember what happened last time. It was like, Can I see pictures of what happened last time? No? No pictures or nothing? I don't remember. Something to do with the roost. It wasn't an overly important chapter. Let me really try to remember. Like, what was the cliffhanger? The cliffhanger was something to do with the guy in the warehouse, and then that led to, I don't know. I can't remember. Well, it's not an important chapter, but we're still gonna do it. Story time. As for story time, we don't talk. We just listen to story. We don't engage. But I need more energy anyway. These cost 10 energy each, so let me use 2 of those because we do have about 10 stages, I think. This is part 2 and 3 in 1. Oh my god! Susannah and Sealy? Whoa! That's not that crazy. Let's go. Time to read, eh? Thunders in Nagazora. Well, I have 0 camera control. Boom. The mechs are blocking our path.
とりあえず倒しましょう
Looks like we'll have to clear them out, Sealy. I love this switching mechanic though. I love the switching mechanic. They're both on field having a good time. I'm gonna play the one that I know more though, Susannah. I have no idea how to play Stitch in him. Just hit things, eh?
しばらくは出てこないみたい。早く隠れ家に戻ろう。
Hello. Sealy and the rest left behind the wrecked mechas and made their way to the not-so-safe safe house where they had transmitted to the...
ドアまでこじ開けられています
They pried the door open.
乱暴ですね。
Those guys aren't exactly subtle. Let me turn the actual volume down so I can not have my head be confusion. They aren't exactly subtle. It's a good thing I took all my valuables with me, my Valkyrie guide, my emergency transponder, and my cellular device. Well, and sure enough, the place has been raided dead, not the Mona Lisa being stolen from the corner there.
スーサナさん、
Susanna, I remember you saying the interim security office lent you this place.
ここは
What
本
was it
来
used for
どんなも
originally?
ここはもともと
It used to be the Nagazora Police Department's examination room, but was abandoned. I got my bio-clue analyzer from here.
そういえば
Speaking of, right? The biological information database should still be intact, right? I'll go check it out.
その間、
Sounds good,
私
buddy.
がここを調
Oh,
べ
it's
て
just
み
time to
る。
look around some more. Yes, investigations. Oh god, the camera is very sensitive in here. Is there a typewriter? Any typewriters? No. Investigate. This place, where only a few hours earlier the two had communicated with Shickle HQ, was now in shambles. Oh my god, not shambles. But the communication device they had used was still intact. How peculiar.
結局、無
Why
謀
would
者はどうして
Incognito
こ
want
こ
to
を
attack
襲
this
撃したん
place?
だろう。
Good question. Any typewriters?
金品は荒らされてるけ
The
ど、
possessions are
損
rummaged,
失はない
but
みたい。
nothing seems to be lost. The more valuable
お金
looking
になりそう
equipment
な
is
設
still
備も無
intact.
事だし、
At
お金が目
least they
的
didn't
って
come for
わけ
money.
じゃないのかな。
Well, but they came for information, and what's more deadly, information or money? Information. Ooh.
これは一体、
None the fuck.
これは
This is robots. A severed arm laid on the floor. Sealy was shocked at first, but then realized it wasn't a human limb. On closer inspection, I don't think you need that close of an inspection to see the wires, the general metallic appearance, and or the fact that there's no blood. But fair enough. On closer inspection, she could see that it was made of a glossy black metal.
これは
Is this a prosthetic
必
limb?
死ドアの横に
Laying
転
by
がっ
the
てる
door
から
like this, it seems a member of Incognito fell for Susannah's trap.
スーサナさんでも
But what's a prosthetic limb doing here? Machines can continue to move even after losing their limbs, or rather, from the outset, a machine doesn't need life in order to be there, for there to be movement. Even though it was just a lone, severed arm, there seemed to be some sort of vitality to it. It was still squirming around, apparently. The mechanical fingers were open as though trying to hold or maybe even covet something. Crazy. Susannah, there's an arm over there,
やっぱり
as expected.
どうしたの？
What is it?
隠れ家の裏のもの
I
を
went to the storage room to have a
確認
look.
して
The
きましたが
database has been destroyed. All the samples and tools had been taken. All that's left is this analyzer.
これからはたとえ
Now, even if we did get fingerprints or hair samples from a member of Incognito, there'd be no way to cross-reference.
もしかして
So,
これが
this
彼ら
was
の
their
目的
motive.
なんでしょうか
Well, I don't want to be the guy to maybe bring the name into subject, but the word incognito means to not be known, right? Kind of, essentially. To not be known. So maybe that's their whole goal, is to be a shadow force. Batman, essentially, if you will, you know? But evil, right?
でも
But if that's true, at that moment, the door of the safe house opened gently, and Sora walked in. Oh, you're back, Sora.
ただいま
The thief in the warehouse has been
倉庫を
handed over to the
占拠してた
police.
その時に
And I heard
こ
the
っちの
fight
戦い
here
も終わ
had
ったって
finished, so I came to
聞い
join
て
you.
どうだった
So, Miss Seeley, did you catch any members of Incognito?
逃げられちゃった
They got away. It doesn't seem like they were ever wanted to
彼らは
fight.
つまり
So they came here looking for something. Now that you mention it, a moment later, that can't be
や
right.
っぱりダメです
These
か
are all the clues we've
現
got.
場に残された
And we didn't find
私たち
any
の
fingerprints or
物以
hair
外
either,
の指紋や
although
髪の毛
it'd
は
be difficult to
今
cross-reference
回も見つ
even
けられませ
if
んで
we
した
did
何
find
の
them.
手がかり
Not a
も
single
残さ
clue.
ないなんて
This must be Incognito's
無
MO.
謀者のやり方なんでしょうか
でも
But Miss Seeley
彼ら
found
が
a
残した
prosthetic
義
limb,
肢を
no?
見つけたし
So we know Incognito isn't some supernatural force that can disappear without a trace. They can be
怪我も
hurt.
するし
But robots are easily repairable, whilst human arms aren't. So, you know, can they really leave a trace? I don't think
そ
so.
うだね
I didn't get a strong sense of oppression when I first came to Nagazora, or when I fought with Incognito. And that's just because you're strong, Seeley.
強さだけの感想じゃないよ
It's not a question of strength. Their actions haven't seemed to be very well thought out. It's almost as if there are a ton of blind spots for us to catch. But then why haven't we been able to find where they are or who they are?
でもゼレお姉ちゃん
At least we're making progress
あの
though.
倉庫の
The
人
owner
が
explained he had been stealing medical supplies from warehouses abandoned after the Great Eruption and had been selling them on the black market for months, just like you said. The reason he was after medical supplies was, other than his own experience, medicine is as good as cash following the Great Eruption.
他人の不幸からビジネスチャンスを見出す
Some
人
people
って
can find a way to turn any hardships into a business opportunity. Yeah, that's a bit, it's kind of like really just telling you how life works. A lot of people just, you know, during COVID, people trying to make money off of people. Dude, come on, what the hell? This is a great depiction of life. The plague hits, people trying to make money. Goddamn scumbags.
獲物を捕食して
Predation, taking in nutrients. This is the nature of animals. That's what my teacher told me. But my teacher also said, we're not animals, we're people. So we have human nature, not animal nature.
この子の先生
Sounds like someone good at teaching children, but it reminds me. Anyway, with this testimony, it should be easy to follow stolen goods so the police can pick up the trail and continue the investigation. But Incognito still has the supplies that were stolen during the previous raid, like sheep in a tiger's mouth.
まさに猫に鰹節みたいです
Does that make sense? I'm not sure.
盗品
Stolen goods.
うーん
It still doesn't seem to fit together. The information is vaguely related, but I can't draw any conclusions. What do you do in this situation? Everyone says try to find something you're missing or change your perception. And then she recalled someone that shared her name but a different perspective. Since she had arrived at Nagazora, she made no attempt to call her out, and it seems there was a tacit understanding that there was no need for her to make an appearance. Perhaps this made her a bit lonely, but it's clear this wasn't the time to think about that. I've got this. I can do it by myself. Whether it's fighting or strategizing, I can come up with an answer on my own. Power to you, silly.
くーちゃん
Alright, I've been thinking. We're actually not far off from knowing the truth about Incognito.
本当ですか
Really? That's right, Susannah. Do you remember where it was the first time Incognito had appeared in Nagazora?
確か
If I recall, they went after a chemical manufacturing plant in Nagazora.
そう
In fact, afterwards, their targets seem to share something in common. And that's... Oh, this is where I need to make the right choice, right? This is like... Oh, fuck, I don't know. This is where my actual intellect fails me. I just don't... I don't know. Honkai Energy, medical technology, abandoned buildings. Let's go with the obvious one. Honkai Energy.
違う
No, that's not
そ
right.
うじゃない
Cheers,
答
Seeley.
えはもう明らか
The answer is clear. It's as clear as day. I agree. They're all abandoned buildings.
違う
That's
答えは
not
もう
right.
明らかになってる
They're all medical facilities.
つまり
They're all medical technology facilities.
襲撃のターゲットに
They're related to medical
ど
technology.
れも医療技術と関係があるの
It just seems like a shit thing to try to get. Who, bro, you're robots. What are you looking for? Medicine.
化学工場は
The chemical plant is a part of the not the parasitical, the pharmaceutical company. The warehouse was
盗ま
storing
れた
stolen
医療用
medical
品を
goods.
保管する場
That
所だ
drunk resident we met said his
住宅
pharmacy
街
was also
に
raided.
さっき隠れ家が
As for the
明かされ
safe
た
house, I
のは
don't believe the target was the database, but the samples and tools.
そうだったんですか
Is that right? I thought they destroyed the database to conceal their identity.
指紋や髪の毛
It's not like we had a sample of their hair or fingerprints, so there wasn't any need to attack the database. And I have a suspicion they didn't know where our safe house was. So Incognito and the warehouse owner share the same goal, to sell medical supplies on the black market.
そんな簡単な
Well, I don't think
話
it's
じゃな
simple.
くて
It looks like they have some kind of connection to World Serpent. Even now, with World Serpent gone, they still have such a large amount of mechas. It seems like as far as money goes, Incognito is flush with cash. And should the police have recovered some of the stolen goods by now? Even in the black market, those supplies should be leaving some sort of trail. Missile, you're saying that the goods were left behind by Incognito themselves? But what would they be doing with all that medical equipment? You don't think they're all sick, do you? No, I doubt all the members of Incognito are sick. Because Incognito is none other than former members of World Serpent, a group of zombies, or a legion of androids. I'm spoiled for choice. I'm spoiled for choice. Alright, let's see. A former members of World Serpent. That doesn't explain it. They are none other than a group of walking zombies. No, can't be. They must be a legion of androids. I noticed some discrepancies during my investigation earlier. No one has ever seen Incognito's face, and they never leave behind hair, bodily fluids, or fingerprints. But they aren't very discreet when they are on the move. Maybe they get caught by some kid on the street, or have to engage in a fight like when we first got here. Something about it seems off. Like they were able to put together a well thought out plan, but failed to follow through on every detail. It's like Incognito has come on. Has a sharp mind but a weak body. It's like a puppet being guided by a string. It's almost as if Cognito's face has never been seen and no biological traces have been left behind because it isn't because they're so discreet, but because it's impossible to see their face or for them to leave evidence behind. You don't mean it's possible for them to... why is this actually like an unbelievable thing? I feel like this is quite believable in the universe. That we know that Mr. fucking... what's his name? Grey Serpent is a guy. You know? He didn't die permanently, like at least the billions of him that are. So it's a bit weird that this is now like, robot people? What? You know what I mean? It's a bit believable. The mechanical limb we found is another piece of evidence. I'd say it's the piece of evidence. Not another, but it's the evidence. Come on, game. I don't think that arm was the only mechanical part of its owner's body. Incognito is just a group of low-grade androids. Even if you did see under their cloaks, there's nothing to see. Adults don't believe and think they must have missed their face, whereas children see it exactly as they saw it. Or say it exactly as they saw it, but no one believes them. They even go as far as to wear cloaks to conceal their identity. Put human clothes on a fake person and people will treat them like they're human too. Wow. So Incognito is a group of androids that steals medical supplies. Well, that's so strange. What would they need those supplies for? Do androids need that stuff? No. Even though she had finally deduced their culprit's identity, she couldn't pin down a motive. Inanimate humanoid monsters come out at night to steal life-giving supplies. It was a horrific thought. If not an absurd one as well. But she knew better she knew better from experience. Underneath the absurdity, there was always a reason that would make sense. I don't know their motives, but at least now that we know what they are, we can predict their next move. No, not predict. What we need to do is control their next action. Just place some medical supplies out in the open and just wait. It's like a cat and mouse trap. Or mouse trap, rather, not cat and mouse. The block we went to that night. In the daytime, it's silent and remains silent throughout the night. There's no life at night born from the death of day. Yeah, bro. I'm starting to not like how Mihoyo is structuring their sentencing. I don't know. There is no life at night born from the death of day. Just say there's no life at night or day. You know what I mean? You don't have to be really metaphorical about a lot of things. You can just say it blankly. Just, there's no life at day or night. Move on. Whatever. There's no ritual that can restore life to that place. Why are we talking about rituals, huh? This was going through the cloaked figure's mind, who then felt annoyed at such useless thoughts. Remnants of thought weren't helpful to the plan at this point. In fact, the purpose of the plan was to eliminate such trivialities. An experiment. Inorganic life forms began to surround the warehouse. Just a few hours ago, they had intercepted a report from Nagazoro's interim security office. Incognito's leader felt ridiculous relying on such primitive technology. The report claimed a black market medical supply dealer had just escaped from prison due to a surprise attack from Incognito. In that cowardly, greedy man's hands was a wealth of information collected over time, but in the chaos of the night, that man broke free. Thinking about it again, he became annoyed once more. It would be wrong to blame it on his men, but he couldn't help thinking like that. At any rate, victory must be close at hand. The day when Incognito achieves its goal is nigh. When a criminal escapes from prison, there's only one place he can go and hide, and that's his old hideout. Tonight's the night. He wasn't able to pass up the opportunity, like a mouse falling for a piece of bait. He was certainly prepared, even if he's hooked, to be able to get away in one piece. Oh my god, the One Piece is real. Oh my god. Oh. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. It's real. Oh, the One Piece is real. Get away in one piece. Oh my god, more confirmation the One Piece is real. He swayed gently as though recalling a dry punchline. Of course, Incognito's mechs.
偽の情報を流してみた
It looks like our fake bulletin really worked. Miss Celia brought everyone to the perimeter like you said. The entire block has been vacated. Still, it'd be nice if we can keep the damage to a minimum. Don't worry, I'll be careful, Sora. Let's do this, Susannah. Roger, roger. Roger, roger. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, I don't know why, I don't know, if, recently I've seen a shift in Honkai Impact's writing where they try to be, like, weirdly philosophical about certain things. They kind of, it's like they're writing some sort of literature piece, which I'm not a massive fan of. I understand the intention is very, very nice to try to make your writing more fucking intense or whatever, but holy crap, is it just unnecessary in the long run. No one's gonna kind of remember these prolific moments that the game has. I can't even remember the saying after I've just read it, to be honest. Life in the night, born from day, or whatever. I don't know. Oh my god, it looks like Grey Serpent! What? He also went through the stairs. What the fuck? Run, Susannah! As the encirclement began to shrink, the mechas began to retreat until they had completely fallen back. Finally, at the center of the encirclement was a familiar warehouse with an equally familiar truck parked in front. Is this Incognito's transport, right? Celia remembered what the child had told her and looked to the rearview mirror. It was broken, as expected. Just as she said, the mirror was busted. The police had mentioned a truck with a shattered mirror during the safe house attack earlier that day. Time to avenge the safe house. And as the truck had been empty for a while now, everyone's eyes turned instead to the warehouse. Can you see who's inside? The place is surrounded. I would like to do this without anyone getting hurt. Please come out and surrender. What you've done is wrong, and you need to make things right. You're going pretty easy on me, miss. This voice, it's... I'm sorry, but I cannot obey you. I don't fear physical damage, and it is not in my nature to give in to it. In fact, no one can restrain me. I am just one step away from freedom. What are we gonna do, Seely? She bit her lip as she made up her mind. Let's get into the warehouse. The door flung outward, the light of dusk dimly illuminating the warehouse. Boxes were scattered everywhere, daily household items thrown about. It looks just like it did this morning. Just pieces of machinery on the ground left by Incognito when they broke in and fled. And the one thing that should have been there was missing. The leader is gone. But he was just talking to us. They looked at the empty space, despondent. His final words echoed in their minds, but he was nowhere to be found. How can it be? This morning we confirmed there was no other ways in and out of the warehouse. How'd he escape? She held her head as she tried to get her thoughts in order. More than his disappearance, what she couldn't get her mind around was that voice. She had without a doubt that she had heard that voice before, up close and face to face not too long ago, about 380 kilometers from where she was. Why the fuck do I need to know that it was 380 kilometers away? Grey Serpent, why? On the moon. Or some shit. Why? Is it really them? In Nagazora? Is someone else operating for the World Serpent, or? Are you right, Seely? I'm fine. Since he escaped, there's nothing we can do now. Things looked more complicated than I first assumed. We'll have to report this to Shixel HQ. Now that we've collected plenty of information, we have a lot for the professor to analyze. Analyze. Contact Sora, let her know we'll need a place to stay tonight. Draft house, Sora, if you don't mind. I know just the place, it's not too far from here. You two are sure to be welcomed. Whoa! I heard everything you said. I have a bit of more experience with Grey Serpent, I think. That voice is very familiar, but something about it is different. Alright then, let's go ahead and rendezvous. It sounded more human, I guess, if you will. But actually, I don't think he had a mech voice. I don't know. There was a crisp breeze and the moon was clear as day. The kind of night that soothes the soul after a long, hard day. While the real mastermind might be long gone, they can count on each other to put together a full picture of what had happened. And perhaps by tomorrow it will all be finished. That was what Susannah thought, as she gave a big, lazy stretch. Kiara's home! Who the fuck's that? Oh, Natasha, true. If I remember correctly, that's a foster home under the Kiara Foundation. I was reading this really popular thread in the Shixel forums about how Kiara was a legendary assassin. He was ruthless, kept a low profile. It's a she, and was well connected throughout the Northern Hemisphere. He was even respected by the local rulers, earning him the name of the One-Eyed Lord. So let me just tab out for just 1 second here. Just give me 1 moment. Let me just look up this nickname. Okay, so the One-Eyed King is a mysterious figure within the Tokyo Ghoul universe. Incredible. Yeah, interesting. The One-Eyed Lord, eh? He was perpetrated countless evils in his life, but before his death, he spent his entire life savings on a childhood dream. I can't believe Sora-chan came out of him. Enough, I don't know. She'd put her hand over her head and looked troubled. He's saying someone else made several Kiara's homes? We'll be going to the first Kiara home that Sensei built, but Sensei didn't have a strange title as the One-Eyed Lord. She was just called Raven. If it weren't for my Sensei, I wouldn't have missed Miss Sealy, whose story. Oh, this chapter just kind of seems weird. I feel like there's a lot of faffing about, you know what I mean? Get on with the point. She never met her. She had gone to know her directly through other people. Powerful mercenary that was imprisoned. Best way to sum her up was a contradiction. As for why the thread post was so different from reality, that's mostly due to the other members of World Serpent. She had met on the moon, Grey Serpent. Amazing teacher. Really can't trust anything on the internet. Good one, Susannah. Sensei says she's done so many things in her life that can't be forgiven, so she doesn't care what other people think about her, only what we think about her. Sensei found me by herself and went over all the questions everyone had asked before, but that had never answered any even once. Fair enough. She would get really quiet after she spoke. Then she'd rub her nose, fix her hair, and walk around the room. There was so much more about Sensei when I tell you, and what she did was only a few sentences. I'd never seen her so nervous before. I think she was worried I'd hate her for her past. Sora was silent for a moment, and then as she tried to piece together an objective, genuine retelling from a vast sea of memories, she tried to convince her friends to like her Sensei, weighing each word carefully, just like her Sensei had with the children that had been with her for years. Perhaps I'm not grown enough yet, and I don't understand why things happened the way Sensei had said. I don't know what. Other than ourselves, Sensei must be the person that loves us most in the world. Probably. Everything has gone more smoothly because of Sora. I will do my best. Cheers. We'll be meeting your Sensei. She runs the place we'll be staying at, after all. As much as I love that, Sensei left Nagazora after Kiara's home was finished, telling us she'll still have some work to do as a part of her bail. When she comes back. Sora ran forward a few steps, turned around and smiled. That's a secret between Sensei and me. Really? That's the way we're gonna keep what happened to Raven a secret? It's a secret between me and... Is it really a secret between you and Sensei? Or is she just a wanted criminal? Still. Walk this way and watch out for any debris. When I first came to Nagazora, I watched my every step. I was worried there would be someone out to get me around every corner. Grey Serpent updated Mark 2, otherwise I wouldn't be able to travel Nagazora. I'm not always at Kiara's home. Last time I returned was 2 weeks ago. Things weren't going so well in Nagazora, and as one of the other older children, I had to take on some responsibility. I can take care of myself. Even still, what if? Otherwise we won't make it to Kiara's home. Fair enough. In the bright moonlight, through several narrow alleyways, they finally saw the building hidden behind the trees. It didn't look like how they might expect an orphanage to look, but more like a school campus. Even the well-off and well-traveled Susannah could not help but let out a gasp of surprise. It's huge! Turning her hatchlings' roost into real homes so that they could go back to what was what Sensei always wanted to do. As for Kiara's island, which sank before the... She had an island? I can't even remember that. Lol, what the fuck? Sank before the Great Eruption. Sensei said when she returns, she'll come up with a new version of that idea. After all, Honkai has been eliminated by humanity. Silly, looks like she's fighting back laughter. Does she know? And I told you, we should have waited for them to enter first before appearing. Now it's not a surprise. Looks like we're purposefully eavesdropping. Oh my god, there's too many kids here. Hello. Are they like... The fuck are they happening? Good to see you, Celia, yes. The fuck? What are you doing here, these two? We're a couple of class clowns that bring laughter to our teacher. Where else should we be but here? We are the teachers. We're traveling here with the Kiara Foundation. Wandering teachers. That's touring teachers, actually. Alright, fair enough. It's getting late. How about I help the kids back to their rooms, and you guys find some place to catch up. I haven't seen you in a bit. Go with you, and feel more at ease. Then I'll leave you to it, but don't forget we still have to report that information back to the professors. I didn't forget. I'll come find you in a bit. Alright. With the children gone, Lilia collapsed on the couch. Much more peaceful than having kids running around all day. Watch it. How can a touring teacher say something like that? Vodka girls will be out soon. If someone digs up what you just said after their debut, it could cause a lot of trouble. Nothing's coming out soon. We're just getting ready for a release is all. Singing, dancing, behavior lessons. We didn't miss a single one during our tour. We always did our homework. We promised Teresa we wouldn't talk about it. Rosa and I signed up for talent contest. In a few months, you'll be able to watch us perform on TV. It must be hard to care for the children in the foster home while you also take classes, no? Well, to be honest, it can be a bit taxing, but everyone has something they're working hard at, right? Those three. If we're talking about becoming idols and doing the same thing as before, going through the motions without making any changes, Rosalia tightened her fist as she recalled a book she had read in class. I sat down at the desk in the comfiest? Is that how you spell comfiest? Jesus Christ. Comfiest position and tilted my head to the window once more. The mellow smell of wood came from the desk and the sound of nearby reading was in my ears. I left my body and mind drift into the restful air and quickly closed my eyes. I didn't turn my body once, nor did I notice the drool as it dripped from my mouth onto the textbook. It wasn't until the bell rang and the sun shone in my eyes that I realized. What's the difference between us and a sloth? Rosalia? Rosalia dragged me along to find Teresa. Other than not wanting to become a sloth, do you have any other reason? If it's justified, I can consider agreeing. Like wanting to always have ice cream with the cherry on top, to realize our dreams, to make everyone smile. The words I had heard earlier in a dream. You were awake then. We were talking about everyone, including Kiana, who is working on the moon. She'll be happy to see us on TV, just like you guys, the support group, right? Before she could finish her thought, she suddenly fell silent. Then realizing something, she stomped her feet. Isn't something like that exactly what the Vodka Girls contestant would say? Repeat it again, Leah. I want to take notes. Let's make everyone smile. I'm really not melding with this story right now. I'm really not. I don't know what the fuck's happening. I don't know if this is like a form of building up something, or it's just a point of dribble or drivel, but fair enough, I guess. Rosa and Lily have accomplished that much. That's sweet to say. Embarrassed over the strangest things. Celia noticed a weariness across Lilia's face. That's when she noticed something was wrong. Due to the Osaka gene injection, Lilia falls asleep every night at around 7 PM. And right now, the hour hand was pointing sharply at 8 o'clock. Despite how tired she looked, Lilia showed no signs that she was going to stop talking. Is it time for bed?
晩の再会のためにリリアは今朝寝坊をしたのよ。
She's been sleeping all morning to prepare for tonight's reunion. I even told Sora not to tell you so much to ruin the surprise. I'm not sleepy at all right now. Though there was still much conversation to be had, Celia could see it was time for her to end things for now. So she nodded her eyes and... I'm getting sleepy though. You're tired, Celia? At Kakoli's orphanage, Celia would stay up late talking to Bronya every day. I remember one time you got caught at Matushka Kokolia, and you Rosalia was stealing something from the kitchen, got an earful. I don't know. I don't really know. I'm not sure I'm here for this story anymore. There was that one time with Celia and Bronya, things changed. Speaking of you need to be careful on your tours. I'm off to get some rest too. Good night. We didn't tell her where she's staying. Celia's smart, she'll be able to figure it out. As sister, I'll forget about the stuff you just said. Fair enough.
つい何も聞かずに慌てて飛び出してきちゃった。スーサナさんとクーちゃんはまだ子供たちの世話をしてるよね。まずはあっちのスタッフに聞いてみよう。
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not melding with this kind of faffing about story. I don't know what it wants to do right now. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't think much of this stuff matters too greatly, like the whole faffing about and being kind of fucking... I don't know, just, it's so filler. I don't know, it's so filler. It's like the whole like dream arc in fucking Naruto where everyone's like asleep in the infinite Tsukuyomi and just watching everyone's fucking dreams. It's like, bro, I like mostly don't give a shit. You know what I mean? But you kind of still watch it just out of curiosity that something interesting happens, but nothing interesting is gonna happen. So I guess we're just gonna buckle up and continue. Where are the dorms? Behind the fountain. Facial recognition at the door, it'll open and you can enter the dorms. Schedule maintenance, 15 minutes left. You can rush Clarence. Speaking of which, on the moon, but it could just be someone with the same name. Clarence. Hello. Oh, you're the one that Rosalia mentioned. You'll be sleeping over tonight, yes? Not all the children here love those two sisters. We welcome any guess of theirs. Little restless. Did something happen? Bedtime for the children, but one of them is nowhere to be found. It's a common occurrence that children are at a playful age. They will play hide and seek here just now. One of them must have been hidden, but wasn't found. Alright, I'll look around here. If you find her, please tell me. Alright. So I have this marker that tells me exactly where the child is. They're right here. She must be the child. Wow, there's something interesting. We're being sucked into the nether realm. Where am I? Kiara's home? No, that's not it. Oh, this was great, actually. This was good. Very cool. Oh my god, I don't like how they just are taking away my camera control, though. Listen, I understand you want a more cinematic experience, but Jesus Christ, taking away camera control is not it. You can't loiter in a place like this. Let's go back to your teacher. There's a few enemies here. Hide behind me, I'll save you. The child is most likely not in any danger. Yeah, can I hear you?
スーサナさん。
様子がおかしかったんです。
Standing in a daze, you didn't even respond. I called out to you numerous times. You must be sleepy, that can't be helped. I'm really tired from all the missions today.
さっきはそうだ
Look for a child who hadn't gone to sleep. Do you mean that child in the corner just now? She already went back while you were standing into
そう
space.
だでも
Was that scene a delusion caused by my fatigue? No, I'm definitely not that tired. I shouldn't tell Susannah before I get to the bottom of it. I'll only worry her.
はい。
I finished chatting with the children too. That's the door to the dormitory. The person in charge has arranged rooms for us. Let's give our report there.
なるほど。
And they used this 10 minutes to share an interesting story. I had some amazing things from the children just now.
例えば、ある男の子が大人よりも背
There's a boy among them that created a mecha bigger than an adult. All by himself, that mecha can transform and speak.
男の子がいなくても
Even when that boy isn't around, it'll automatically go on patrols and read stories to the children, play games, and watch them do their homework.
さっきの人が
The
言ってた
Clarence that the person was talking about, could it be?
驚きました。
Isn't it? That's not at all. That boy came back from his secret base recently and controlled the mecha to collect lots of materials from all over Nagazora. He said that he wanted to build his own sniper rifle and apply to the school where the warriors were trained.
私が彼くらいの
When I was his age, I didn't even dare cross the road on my own. But he already knows his aspirations for the future at such a young age. That's so cool.
それにテレサ学園
Teresa is also considering the idea of a prep school. Maybe that boy will be one of the first students.
学校の先生は気候での登校なんて認めないと思いますよ。私は見てみたいですけど。
My mechas. I really want to see it for
登
myself.
校だけなら
Just only bring it to school, it should be fine.
だっておしゃべりができるあの気候のおじさんは頑張って子供たちの願いを叶えてくれるんだもん。
Can we go back to the fucking village place? I don't fucking know. Perhaps it was because they knew their comrades were safe, or perhaps the moon stolen their hearts away. When the girls reported their work for the day and returned to their rooms, they realized that night was truly very short.
もうこんな時
It's already
間
so late, but this shows that it has been a very productive
博
day.
士たち集めた
Professors can
情報
find some
から
useful leads in the information we collected. The girl thought about the mission she did during the day to make sure that she did not miss anything before she could relax. And then she thought of,
寝て
she
ない
should
よ
still be awake, right?
もしもし
聞こえていますよ。
I hear you, Sealy. Hey, Bronya.
ブロニャお姉ちゃん邪
Am
魔
I
しちゃった
bothering you,
り
Bronya?
大丈夫です
Of course not. Rather, I only realized that I've been sitting at my desk for 2 hours again because of your call.
そろそろ
It's time for a change of mood. Project Bunny, I'll leave this analysis to you too. Did you forget that I borrowed Project Bunny from you? Can't be helped. Looks like I'll have to do all these tedious work myself.
ブロニャお姉ちゃんこのままだと
Project Bunny's got a bro test. Bro test?
そうい
Protest.
えば
When did you intend to return it?
さっき中層ウサギに
Do you know what your bunny told me?
分かってる
It pleaded for me not to return it so soon. It said that if it gets ordered around endlessly again, it'll break down.
でも
Arahato is Anti-Entropy Entertainment's most renowned production.
作品の
If its derivative game isn't on par with the original, lots of fans would be disappointed. Also, it has kept me company for a long time and witnessed my special moments in my life. So rather than extrinsic Jesus Christ, reasons, I don't want to disappoint myself.
ブロニャお姉ちゃん
Too much pressure on yourself.
好きだから
You like it, therefore you care about other opinions and you don't want to let down your
そ
past.
んなブロニャお姉ちゃんの考えは間違ってない
Nothing wrong with the
けど
mindset. If you care too much about something,
一つのことを気にしす
it'll
ぎると
ironically lose its
逆に
roots.
初心をだって昔も
Just
そう
like in
だ
the
ったの
past, a week before a performance at the orphanage, I kept telling myself, Silly, you mustn't be nervous. But in the end, you fell before you even got onto the stage, and the paper sword in your hand landed right in my
ブ
hair.
ロニャお姉ちゃんそこまではっきり
はいもう言いません
I listened to you and focus on less on others' opinions. What about you, Silly? Did your day in Nagazora go
スー
smoothly?
サナさんもクーちゃん
Susanna
も
and Sora around, we progressed much faster than I thought. Once this mission ends, I can also turn from a temporary Shixel member into a real
どうや
Valkyrie.
ら対崩
Plan to join Anti-Entropy, also the Anti-Honkai team. Or did Rondel recruit you into the Immortal Blades?
詳しいことについ
Not
て
sure
は
about that, but I
よ
would
くわから
want
な
to be
いけど
independent like you.
例えば
You've already done so many great things to New Artra. Everyone has witnessed your growth.
まだブロニ
Not
ャ
as
お姉ちゃ
mature.
んたちのように
Can't become a good Valkyrie just by
じゃないし
familiarizing myself with
また
battles.
細部を把握し
Grasping the details, planning battle strategies, I still need to learn all that. Those and those are also the aspects, or all those rather,
そして
aspects I hope to excel at in the future.
ブロニャお姉ちゃん
So many dreamlands with Teresa in Project Stigma's spiritual atom. Some people lived bitterly and were numb to reality. They continued to torture themselves even in those dreams. Others had aged and were gravely ill. To them, their dreamlands were but the last candy that life had to offer. But when we explained ourselves and wished for everyone to leave their dreamlands, it was the latter who gave a more resolute response. I think the courage that those elderly wasn't purely from a selfless mentality. It's precisely because they'd experienced similar pains that they wished to let youths cherish all the beautiful things around them. How regretful it would be for one to refuse a rose and leave a garden only because they fear the rose's thorns. Again, maybe like tone down the metaphors. Every sentence has like a fucking metaphor in it. Thanks to them and Kiana, who has also held the same conviction as they did, the largest thorn in the world has been removed. Naturally, the rest is up to us. Those are some great words, Sealy. Maybe I've listened to too much Hersha of Sentience's lessons. It's hard to come up with such a conclusion, even with the power of a Hersha. One could only empathize with such feelings if they'd stepped into the shoes of the others and referred to their perspectives. As a training member, you should have a specialized teacher like Miss Himiko, right? Of course, if there's a need, I can also join your team. As for our teacher, Teresa mentioned that she was quite a few recommendations like Durandal, Rita, or May, of course, when they aren't on vacation. She expressed that she was willing to do it and she's good at mentoring others too, but she has only tried it on a particularly lazy person. She might have some trouble getting used to someone serious like you. Is that so? I was even thinking that I should treat this mission seriously to give May a surprise. That's what you're after, you haven't braced yourself. May barely raised her brow when Kiana said Durandal was her sister. The only thing that can surprise her now is Kiana suddenly appearing on the streets and greeting her with a silly smile. Even if May isn't surprised, I am proud of you. I believe that Teresa wants Durandal and the others to guide you because she wants to learn something special from you. Alright, I'll continue working hard. Mr. Yang asked me to do project plating on Arahato, and even gave me lots of past information from the studio. Original art, moderately unimportant shit for me. That's why you're working overtime? I'm very confident about my future product. When the game goes on sale, its continuation would already be in the works, then we'll hold an announcement event for it to be double hype. When a speaker and a listener synchronizes, a normal conversation can extend endlessly. And to put a stop to it, sometimes you might need some external intervention. Are you done? Go to sleep. Through Seely's lips, the other Seely expressed the emotions she had suppressed for a long time. After exclamation, the two of them fell into silence. Well, Bronya, it's very late now. I still have other things to do tomorrow, so let's stop here for the day, shall we? Yeah, I tend to talk too much when it's about games. You still have your mission to do tomorrow. Rest early, then I'll be hanging up. Good night, Seely. Good night, Bronya. After hanging up, the girl laid back on the bed and closed her eyes. She inhaled a deep breath and slowly exhaled, resting for a while in that position. She had recovered a more stable state. She carefully called out to the other self in her heart. Are you there? Sorry I didn't talk too much. Are you sleepy? If so, I won't disturb you anymore. Don't just assume that you're disturbing me. If you have an energy to chat, of course I can keep you company, but don't blame me if Susannah and Sora see you snoozing in bed tomorrow. I'm sure you'll wake up. Who knows what if I want them to hear you sleep talking? For example. Go to beach with Bronya. I still want to eat 6 big parfaits. I've never said anything like that. I heard them all. If you weren't asleep, I would have recorded all of that with a voice recorder. But you're already asleep, so why did I not do so before? But if I really do talk in my sleep, doesn't that mean you're actually watching me in my sleep? I did not. You just kept talking and I happened to hear a few lines. Just like today when I was chatting with Bronya. You guys were talking away when you should be sleeping so loudly too. If this goes on, my mind can't handle it. I'll watch when I talk to others from now. I won't disturb your rest. But sleep talking is out of my control. What are you talking about? What happened to that great Detective Seely during the day? Or maybe you didn't realize that I was teasing you. Okay. You don't disturb me when we talk 2 dummies, Bronya. Yep. I just thought that you're so tired you should rest early. I've lost complete interest in this whole chapter. Unless we go to that fucking village place again in the dream, I've lost almost complete interest in this chapter. This is so Resident Sleeper, I don't know. It's just, I like, listen, character interactions are great and all, but holy crap, it's about the most redundant bullshit I've ever read. Talk about something else, hurry up to go to bed. Yeah. You've done a lot today. I didn't notice it during the day, but now that I think about it, I think that I'm pretty amazing. You've grown a lot since the time in New Atra. After this mission, or maybe after you've trained under May for a period of time, I believe you'll fulfill your wish of becoming someone independent. Don't get all emotional now. I'm not saying that this to encourage you. What was it again? This is an absolute conclusion deduced from careful observation. Regardless, you just have to keep up the momentum and push forward. And I'll also be watching over you. Just watching isn't enough though. I'll still need your help and suggestions. After all, the independent me that I wish to become is you. What are you talking about? I want to be independent like Bronya. I want to be independent like Bronya, and I want myself to be independent aren't mutually exclusive. It is a stretch. No, it's not. I can only protect us if I become independent. Then, I don't have to worry about you disappearing abruptly, and we can face strong, fearsome opponents like Hair together. Yeah. Anyway, enough about that weird woman. Just talking about her makes me angry. If she dares to appear again, we'll beat her up. Whether we beat her or not, we need to show her our true power. Just as you say, we'll show her our true power. Enough of this silliness, hurry up and go to bed. Alright, go to bed. Fall asleep. This child, should I say that she grew up or not at all? But if that day really comes, we've been together for so many years after all, it's normal to feel sad, right? Sadness. I don't know, this chapter's actually just made me bored. It's been so long since I felt bored in a Honkai chapter. The next morning, Silly was awoken by the notification from a communicator. She quickly woke Susannah, who was in the room next door. Good morning, Silly. Susannah, the time in Agazora now is... I'm sorry for waking you guys up so early. But in return, I've brought undoubtedly great news. Lack of sleep won't trouble a true Valkyrie. Did you learn anything about Incognito? That's right. And Seely's guess was proven correct. Could it be? You weren't mistaken about that voice. That voice belongs to the ex-cadet of World Serpent, Grey Serpent, or rather one of his remaining bodies. We've analyzed the resources that Susannah obtained in Agazora, especially the products that Incognito attempted to take from the pharmaceutical companies. Bioprosthetics, electronic eyes, artificial organs. The model numbers of these products match with those that are recorded from the Grey Serpent's body parts. In other words, medical machines and products that Incognito is looting in Agazora are precisely what's needed to create a new Grey Serpent. This can't be a coincidence. But if Grey Serpent is already a member, why are they making all this effort to create another one? Maybe his original body has been damaged and he needs some spare parts? But that wouldn't require them to collect every part needed for his body, right? If he's already been utterly broken down, then he wouldn't be able to join all those raids. Indeed, that does make sense. Well, according to May and the others' previous reports, the Grey Serpent network has already self-destructed, but it's precisely because they self-destructed. There's a superstition for that, why that fellow's collecting materials for a body, one that's more convincing than simply collecting spare parts. I said that the medical and bionic parts looted match those of Grey Serpent's body, but that's only one of the common purposes these products have. Aside from that, they also have another purpose, that state-of-the-art bionic products serve simulation. Simulation? To use artificial body parts and organs to simulate a human's natural body and organs as much as possible. They can't understand if you phrase it that way, Mophead. For example, the simplest form of a prosthetic leg is to connect a carbon fiber tube to a metal dome that replaces a leg, a design purely meant to walk. Although such a prosthetic can recover a certain degree of limb movement for the user, a carbon fiber tube is nothing like a human's shin. And a metal dome is nothing like a human's foot. It's not just about appearance, this kind of prosthetic cannot provide tactile sensations, because there's no signal connection to the neural system. Even if the prosthetic was to break or be damaged, the user wouldn't feel any pain. But isn't that a good thing? Well, of course, this saves a lot of trouble and lowers the resources needed to make the prosthetic. However, in recent years, more and more of the disabled wish to have a prosthetic that is similar to their original body. I want real skin. I want to feel pain and warmth. I want blood to flow within. I want to look like a human. Well, that's simulation. Put simply, It's not only about function, the prosthetic's appearance and sensation has to seem like a real limb and an organ. Grey Serpent is looking for a prosthetic like this. Almost all the products they've looted are of this category. Oh right, among the raided medical companies, there's one named Neopolis Pharmaceutical, right? That company. I'm sure you can guess, just from the name itself, is contemptible relations with the infamous Heliopolis Life Sciences. Before the Great Eruption, this company was one of the biggest researcher and manufacturer of bionic prosthetics, which is to say maybe the Grey Serpent Incognito wants to look like a human, and will raid facilities like Neopolis Pharmaceutical again. It's highly possible, after making a checklist of all the bionic prosthetics that the Grey Serpent needs, we realize that he's still missing 2 parts. These parts can only be made by Neopolis Pharmaceutical. But Neopolis Pharmaceutical is a big company with tight security. Before the Incognito fiasco ends, it probably won't announce any other valuable products. Storing those products in its headquarters core area is probably the safest method. In that case, Incognito's next raid is likely to be the Neopolis Pharmaceutical headquarters. That's right! So we need to get there preemptively and wait for the Grey Serpent to come to us. Okay. Well, don't have high hopes. A company like Neopolis Pharmaceutical that lurks in the grey area of the law doesn't like outsiders in their territory, even if we're there to help. Well, in that case, we can only sneak in. Don't let our efforts go to waste. We stayed up all night for this. The redhead professor pointed to herself with a thumb before hanging up. Let's go. To Neopolis Pharmaceutical. I like how Neopolis Pharmaceutical's headquarters says Heliopolis on the front door. They seem to be the same model as the Incognito guys. Run, run, run as fast as you can. You can't catch me, I'm the gingerbread man. Hello. Where are we? It's strange indeed. Along the way here, we haven't seen anyone, just those weaponized mechas. And those mechas, its model type and equipment obviously belong to Incognito. It's very likely that Incognito has already taken over this place. Well, we came too late. Oh no, maybe the Grey Serpent has already gotten the bionic parts he wanted and escaped. Let's not get hasty now, though. I think that he hasn't gotten them yet, otherwise he wouldn't have left all those mechas behind to surround Neopolis. He should be somewhere in this building. Let's hurry and see if there are any marks he left. He just left a massive shit stain on the floor, dude. What the hell? What are you doing, Grey Serpent? Just... Oh, we're just gonna enter combat? What happened to the stealthy approach? Fair enough, just forget all about stealth and just go in guns blazing. Boo boo! Choo choo! Oh, I'm not. Oh my god. Not a fan of what they're doing with the camera angle in these few like stages. The camera angle just like snaps to a very specific location. Kind of feels like a very old Resident Evil. Like you enter a room and the camera angle snaps to a different like location. It just feels very like, just very before 2010. The whatever elevator descended steadily and finally came to a slow stop. The elevator doors open silently, revealing the scene before their eyes. This is the Neopolis Pharmaceuticals underground lab. Those organs in that refining cabin are really just artificial, right? I feel like someone else is here. Celia was right, and the person she felt had no intentions of hiding himself. Grey Serpent. Put your hands in the air, this is your only warning. As we expected, it's the Grey Serpent. They could not see the expression on the masked man. He did not speak, but merely tilted his head as he observed the two girls with slight interest, and seemingly effective red light flashed through his prosthetic eye. Why isn't he speaking? He's waiting for us to question him. Then we will. Grey Serpent thing over there. We're the Shixel Special Search Team sent to Nagazora. You're the master behind Incognito, wreaking havoc throughout the city, aren't you? You can't deny we've already caught you red-handed and red-cheeked. Stop resisting and follow us. He's not reacting. Maybe it's the specially programmed android. Then shall we try and get a little closer? But be very careful. Before she could finish, the Grey Serpent shook his body and made a strange clicking sound. Before the two girls' bewildered eyes, the Grey Serpent's head fell off and landed on his hands in front of his waist. As expected, you can only get this kind of reaction when performing a robot dance with a mechanical body. Your head! Before they realized the Grey Serpent's head had reattached normally on his shoulders, it was done so quickly as if the chilling scene had never happened. You're right! Now that I think about it, you're an artificial body. There's nothing strange about being able to remove your head. And you're finally willing to speak, are you? Well, my apologies. I did not mean to disrespect or disdain with my silence just now. It was just a part of the performance. The performance? Yes, in layman terms, it's creating the atmosphere. As long as I don't speak, I will seem more and more mysterious to the both of you. When you finally succumb to the allure of your curiosity, you'll unconsciously come closer. And then it'll be the perfect opportunity to pull my trick just now. How was it? Did it give you a scare? This fellow seems a bit weird, don't you think? Weird? Me? No, I'm your average Joe Schmo. The most average a person can be. My dream is to be an average and normal person. Young lady, let me ask you this. If I had a body of flesh and bones just like you, would you have applauded my previous performance? How could a body of flesh and bones do what you just did? Well, of course it can. About 4 months ago, there was a talent show in North America. A dancer, a magician, I suppose, used his shocking body control combined with an accessories to complete such a performance. His head seemed to have fell off his shoulders, down to his waist, truthfully. When I saw that scene, I was filled with indescribable admiration. I immediately tried to imitate the performance and I was able to do it within an hour. In fact, I did it more perfectly because my head really dropped off. However, nobody cheered for me. At best, I can only use it to scare young ladies like you. Why? That dancer received thunderous applause. The only reason is only those made of flesh are real humans. Only real humans hold meaning and value. Nobody will praise a robot regardless of how neatly it slices food, but a chef with impeccable knife work would be widely praised as an artist. Is this going to be the plot for the next few chapters? Like, humans versus robots? Is that going to be the plot? Because that's going to be a very predictable plot. I don't feel valued as a robot. I'm a human too. I just have a mechanical body. I'd say. There are many other examples regardless of how fast transportation tools may be. Nobody will think that they are dexterous, but even a child would have heard of the 100-meter race champion. What are you trying to say here, buddy? Well, I told you, only real humans hold meaning and value. If one desires to have meaning and value, one must become real human. I see, you looted all those bionic prosthetics, not to act as spare parts, but because you wanted a body of flesh. Well, you're smart, Miss Shixel Special Search member. I probably know your name in the past, but after receiving 1904's amazing blessing, now that I'm more human-like, I ironically can't remember it. But look, I cannot choose how I was born, but I can choose what I wish to become. Well, as you chase after your dreams, aren't you forgetting something? Stealing, arson, robbery, illegal possession of dangerous weapons, destruction of public properties, violent assault. If you want to become a real human, please atone for your crimes like a rational human. Celia and Susannah exchanged eye contact in unison, carefully surrounded the Grey Serpent from both sides. Regrettably, I cannot abide by your rules and restrictions before I become a real human. What's with this double standard? A flexible moral standard is also one of the weapons humans use to survive, or rather, I'm more like a regular human when I do this, no? I realize what this fellow says seems to make more sense at first, but he's actually just spouting nonsense. Just arrest him. Yeah, if the next few chapters end up just being like robots versus humans, like, as a robot I want to be cherished and valued, but because of me being a robot, I'm not going to be disappointed, but it's just going to be like a very predictable story flow, like, you know, robots versus humans in the end. You can be a human, but you just have to do it by regular means and be honest about it, because that's human nature, is to be honest. And then he kills himself at the end probably because he's like, I can never be human if I'm a robot. And so I won't be a human or some shit. Maybe I'm making some wild assumptions, who knows. Some wild assumptions. We're finally done. I didn't think he'd be that persistent. Looks like he's finally exhausted his storage. In the rather cramped underground lab, mechanical limbs and fragmented parts were scattered all over the floor. Grey Serpent casually sat on the railing by the side, no longer summoning new weapons. He raised his head slightly, as if everything that had happened around him did not matter. Even after such a long fight, none of the other Incognito members came to save you. Are you really an important member? No. Grey Serpent laughed softly upon hearing that, sounding rather delighted. I don't think other Incognito members exist at all. Ever since we came to Nexora, we've always been fighting mechas or robots aside from him. We've never met a living Incognito member. And throughout our investigation, we've never found anything related to the appearance of other Incognito members, nor any witness testimonies, only him. An Incognito's motive is to collect bionic prosthetic for Grey Serpent, so he should have a high rank in the organization. But he's always been in the front lines of these operations, alone with no support. This is unreasonable indeed. So I'm guessing that the whole Incognito organization is but smokes and mirrors set up by this Grey Serpent from the beginning. You've been the only member of Incognito, haven't you? So all the rumors about the hundreds of members, countless mechas, and lockdown operations, those are all a disguise to make the existence of the Incognito organization more convincing. From the start, this Grey Serpent was our only enemy. I thought that making this seemingly huge organization would be enough to confuse those who pursue me and hide my true motives. I never thought or imagined that to the perceptive audience this was but a cheap performance. Mr. Grey Serpent, why do you want a body of human flesh? Grey Serpent raised his body slightly. His prosthetic eye looked behind Seely as if he was looking through the wall into a distance. Since you know my name, you should also know what a Grey Serpent is like. Mechanical artificial lives created by World Serpent, all of you have a different personality but have the same type of bodies and share memories and consciousness through the Grey Serpent network. That's pretty much it, but the Grey Serpent that you have interacted with or heard of must be the complete models, right? The complete models. In other words, regardless of their personality, mental age, and self-proclaimed gender, likes and dislikes, those Grey Serpents have a complete persona, right? Are you saying that Grey Serpents who don't have one? Well, of course, there's one right before you, or rather, I used to be one of those incomplete models. Not all Grey Serpents have complete and stable personas upon gaining consciousness. Due to the random algorithm, about 30% of Grey Serpents have an incomplete soul. We can only live like the simplest of robots. That can't happen? It's reasonable that you do not know, as we don't have the ability to move autonomously. Naturally, we cannot interact with the outside world, however, the World Serpent did not abandon us in spite of this. We were taken to a particularly secluded underground workshop where we absorbed memories to complete or repair our incomplete personas using the Grey Serpent network. It's said that, with time, we'll become a complete model, but mockingly, the Grey Serpent network no longer exists. That's right! For the complete Grey Serpents, this represents freedom and liberation, but for us, we're like fetuses that had an umbilical cord forcefully removed. Then Grey Serpent, how did you survive and obtain a complete persona? Just a stroke of luck, really. When I woke, the scene before my eyes was no different from that of hell. Familiar bodies surrounded me, the same limbs, masks, and eyes that I have. I immediately realized what had happened. The network no longer existed, and my siblings around me will never have a chance to wake again. Yes, I was just a little luckier. I managed to awaken with complete consciousness before the network disappeared. When I crawled over their lifeless bodies, I had already decided how I wanted to live the rest of my life. I wanted to find a real body of flesh for my soul, a temple that can truly inherit my heart. I want to leave this cold man-made coffin, never to remember those dark, chilly, and humid feelings of disgust. Thus my obsession with a living body. Clever, Miss Seely. He paused occasionally while he spoke, as if trying to remember the conversation, and he correctly called out the other's name. I sympathize with your situation, and I admire your perseverance, Mr. Grey Serpent, but I cannot agree with your perspective. Even without a body of flesh and blood, even without a body at all, the soul is a form of life. I don't agree with how you viewed that as a flawed existence. Seely. Because Seely also has a soul just by itself inside her. Seems like you also have some personal experience that allows you to believe differently, in contrast with my beliefs, but unfortunately, our time is up. Truthfully, I'd love to hear your story, but now is not the time. Suddenly, the Grey Serpent swayed his head, fell over on the floor again, but this time it did not fall to his waist, but rolled straight onto the ground. It was a clone! Bingo! A grey serpent made from the parts underground. Catch him! Until we meet again. The grey serpent's real body agilely climbed into the vent next to him, and the sounds of explosion followed after. Susannah and Susannah rushed forward, but found that the vent had been firmly blocked by the rubble and debris. Take another route. Have you found him? We let him get away again. The two looked at each other with a helpless expression. Suddenly, it seemed like Susannah had thought of something. I got it! Do you remember how we trapped the Grey Serpent in the warehouse yesterday, but he vanished as if he had evaporated? Maybe it's the same tactic. You mean... There was nobody in the warehouse, just boxes and spare parts strewn all over the floor. Those are actually Grey Serpents, right? He was the same. He split himself into numerous pieces to pretend that he was already gone elsewhere. Which means he was actually in the warehouse. He patiently waited for us to leave before recovering his original form and leisurely left. That fellow fooled us with the same trick twice. He slipped away right under our noses twice. They looked at each other. This time, the both showed a bitter smile. Their exhaustion began to surface slowly, like shells left behind by receding sea waves. Of course, aside from that, a clear passage could be seen on the beach, but who knew if this narrow path would lead somewhere ominous? To solve this case in Agazora, they continue to hurry about. Yeah, fair. Yeah, fair. That was part 2, I guess. That was part 2. It got interesting at the end there, but goddamn, those first 5 fucking or first 50% of it was fucking boring. But yeah, pretty predictable from now on, I'll be honest. Pretty predictable from now on. Nagazora, or not Nagazora, sorry. If the rest of this kind of like arc, or the 1.5 arc, is just gonna be robots versus humans. I want to be a real boy, but I'm actually a robot. Nobody respects my feelings, and then the conclusion is gonna be, actually your feelings are, like, you know, heard. But it's just like, you're being an asshole, so we're not gonna respect you, because that's what we do to humans who are also assholes. And so by doing this, we're actually treating you as human. But I don't know. Kind of crazy. We'll do 3610, or we'll continue with this in just a second here. Let me have a look-see around. Did anything else happen? We got some event things done, right? Yeah, what a stage. What a stage, eh? I'll give it a solid score of, yep. Fuck, that was so Resident Sleeper though. Oh my god. I don't know why it was so boring there. They're just talking about absolutely nothing. Just talking about random dribble. And drivel. Jesus. Alright. Well, we've got 5 more stages to do, so let us tarry on. 3610. Same characters as per usual. As the Grey Serpent escaped once again, Celia and Susannah had temporarily lost all clues to pursue and returned to their safe house. Last night, the temporary security maintenance workers had tidied and organized the place, and the various facilities had been repaired to a certain degree. The two immediately reported what had happened in the morning to Einstein and Tesla. The police officers in Nagazora are really nice, but we let Grey Serpent escape again. Well, don't be sorry. You're trying your best to arrest a criminal that they are helpless against. Dr. Tesla is right. As for Grey Serpent's ability to piece bits and pieces of himself together, both of you were given insufficient information. Strictly speaking, we are the ones to blame. Please don't say that, Professor. From your description and the fragments that Grey Serpent left behind, that guy can break himself into numerous pieces, and each of those pieces acts as an individual module on standby. But once they receive the signal from the core component, they can awaken and gather within a very short amount of time to form the whole body of a Grey Serpent. Well, according to the mechanical bodies of the past Grey Serpents, it's impossible to achieve this. This means that the Grey Serpent in Nagazora has managed to improve and modify himself. In this aspect, he's pretty amazing. to become more like human.
いやいや
No matter how you look at it, he's becoming further from a human. But this transformer obsessed with modification isn't flawless. Displayed a schematic diagram full of data in the communicator screen as she spoke. This is a model that Mophead and I based on the properties of those body parts. It shows that whenever Grey Serpent uses that resurrection trick, it's like hot swapping. It'll deal a certain degree of damage to those parts.
なるほど
I see. Looks like this isn't a cheap trick for the Grey Serpent. But he was able to get away with such agility once he rebuilt himself, right in front of us. It didn't seem like this type of damage affected him in any way. The damage barely affects the Grey Serpent's movements in a short duration, but it definitely hinders the efficiency of his body operations in the long run. Simply put, the durability of those mechanical parts will decrease greatly. This gives us quite an opportunity, doesn't it? We'll definitely be able to catch the Grey Serpent next time, right? He'll be slower the next time. As expected of our reckless Susannah, you've gotten it completely wrong.
きっと
I think that Grey Serpent is aware of this himself. That's why he's finding ways to repair himself while on the run. Maybe he's not simply repairing. Grey Serpent stole the precious bionic prosthetics from Neopolis Pharmaceutical and obtained the last piece required to modify himself. He doesn't have a reason to remain in Nagazora. Right now, he probably wants to leave this city immediately and find a quiet place to complete his self-modification. But in his current state, Grey Serpent isn't confident on operating for a long duration. To him, the prerequisite of leaving Nagazora is to make sure that he is in perfect condition. Which means, Grey Serpent will steal a new spare parts again to repair himself. Why can't you think of that out of the box? Mophead just said he has greatly gathered all the components he needs. So the two of you are saying Grey Serpent may complete his modifications somewhere within Nagazora. Susannah frowned and pondered for a while before showing an expression of sudden realization. I got it! Grey Serpent's ultimate goal is to modify himself, and now he needs to repair himself, so why not hit two birds with one stone and renew himself completely? Yes. Even though Grey Serpent has already modularized most of parts of himself to switch his body entirely, still requires some time, place, and setting.
つまり
That means that Grey Serpent has a secret stronghold somewhere in Nagazora. It's likely that he's hiding there now. But how are we going to find that secret stronghold? Once he revamps his appearance, it'll be tough for us to find him. Relax though. Think about who's in charge of providing information. We've already made a list of every area in Nagazora that fulfills the conditions and sent it to your guide.
ちゃんのことですか
Sora? She'll bring us good news soon. Speak of the devil. And our two professors, everyone's here. Did you find it? A friend of mine in Nagazora spotted a masked man in black clothes entering an old city area earlier. I'll send the coordinates.
これはセールさん
It's really close to where we assembled before. It's near the safe house.
うん
It's probably the part of the city that was submerged into the sea, but can one really stay in a place like that? Probably. He's a robot. There are more habitable areas within that within than. That's crazy. For example, the top floors of buildings and some tightly sealed warehouses aren't flooded yet. Some of the homeless or runaways would live in those spaces. The witness who saw Grey Serpent is one of these people. What are we waiting for? Let's go check it out. Fair enough. Fair enough. This is where we kill Benaras, lol. Hey, caramba, am I right? Oh my god. Oh my god!
この辺りにはハイヘビに操られた機構がたくさんいますね
Oh, Mecha's controlled by Grey Serpent all around here.
密集してますし
More than any area in the Serpent
ハイヘビ
all
はこの近くに
around.
いると思いますよ
Oh, in the city. Not all
そうだ
around.
ね目撃情報の座標からかなり近いし
Do 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 do.
ハイヘビがどんな手段を取るかわからないから気をつけて慎重に進もう
We should be careful? Probably. Probably. Hmm.
どうしたんで
Nani?
すかゼ
What's
ルさん
wrong, Sealy? There's a rift to my right?
罠でしょうか
Is it a trap? No.
ううん
What's that
あれ
thing?
は
どこですゼルさんどこを見れば
Where do you want me to look?
また消えたんなんでもないよ気のせいか
It's
も
nothing, but I must be seeing things. Sorry, Susannah. Unfortunate.
Susannah さん
ゼルさん危ないあ
What are these machines? Humans or Grey Serpent secret weapons? Whatever they are, they're heading over here. No, they are seeds of ideas. Why are that woman's subordinates here? It's because he talked about that troublesome woman last night. Now look, her strange little minions really appeared. But according to Bronya and the rest, hair shouldn't even be on Earth anymore. Well, aren't we on Earth now? What should we do, silly? These things are really dangerous. Susannah is in a helpless panic. Let's get rid of the seeds of ideas first. Can't be helped. Let's get this over and done with. And this is how hair is introduced in the next patch. She somehow makes an appearance again. Fair enough. Huff huff. It's finally over. Susannah panned heavily, her face pale. Yes, but we didn't exactly defeat those guys. They just disappeared mid-battle. You think so too, eh? I thought that you'd finish this mission with ease, but things are more complicated now that Hair has something to do with this incident. Do you think that she's Grey Serpent's allies? They were previously cadets of the World Serpent after all. Maybe she's secretly helping Grey Serpent with his self-modification. Well, that's hard to say. I suspect that woman is too whimsical to help an old comrade just for old time's sake. She won't join a project that she isn't personally interested in. It's hard to imagine that the wish of a mere Grey Serpent is just one out of the dozens of them is enough to pique her interest. Perhaps they have a grander plan in mind, and the modification of Grey Serpent is just the first step. I say you go back with Susannah and report the situation to the two professors. Things are looking uncanny now, and I have a bad feeling about this. Or rather, a strange frustration. She's worried about us. I understand your concerns, but we're one step away from our target. If we turn back now, it'll be all for naught. And if Hair is really relevant to the case, we're also responsible for investigating her involvement. I can always act on my thoughts alone. But you must stay wary. We don't know what we don't know what Hair sent her minions for right now. She has an edge over us. We'll be careful. You're right, you've been silent this whole time, or rather, you've been talking to yourself. I was talking about the enemies we encountered, they're not simple. Do you know where they are from? Celia nodded and gave Susannah a simple explanation about Hair. Do you think that it will be the leader of the Project Stigma? The ability to catch dreams and those servants that are called the Seeds of Idea, they seem like a huge pain to go up against. So we must be extremely careful. She knows more than us after all. Can't give up, let's continue forward. Keep it simple. Game disconnects me. Oh my god, I'd kill myself straight away. Before the future becomes the past, the purpose of something significant always seems elusive and unpredictable. Initially, potatoes and tomatoes were... Initially, potatoes and tomatoes were originally meant to be ornamental in Europe, and the steamer was actually meant to remove excess water underground from mines. Or perhaps consider the underlying meaning behind a famous work about a white animal. And doubtless, my going on this whaling voyage formed part of the grand program of Providence. There was... I've gotten so annoyed by Honkai Impact's method of doing this. I don't want to rant, I don't want to get through the story. But why do they have these moments where there's like some fucking weird monologue? Where they like just do this fucking prolonged and extended metaphor? I don't get it. Just fucking play the story, man. Formed a part of the grand program of Providence that was drawn up a long time ago. It came in as a brief interlude and solo between more extensive performances. Just as how it took 28 chapters of the book to show that the deranged captain met his end with his prey, the strong will behind that trivial anomaly would only reveal itself after a long time. At least now, to those unexpectedly caught up in this, Celia and Susannah, the two anti-entropy professors, and even the mastermind of Grey Serpent, they still lack some requirements to find out the truth. Coordinates gave us Grey Serpent should be hiding nearby. But, there he is. His body barely changed from the last time we saw him. It seems he hadn't had time to complete his self-modification. Why a whisper? You have already seen through my plans. And you guys have an extremely talented informant. Do you think you'll find me so quickly? Of course, did you think that hiding in the old city area would help? The two of you are from Shixel's Special Search Team always manage to surprise me. If we were somewhere else, perhaps I would have opened a bottle of wine in self-pity and congratulate you for completing your mission. Cut the nonsense. We won't let you run away this time. Give up resisting. That's hard for me to comply. I want to struggle a little bit more.
待ちなさい。
追いかけよう。
Oh, fuck it hell.
またウサギの手下
That has to be the funniest thing I've seen in a while. The Grey Serpent running away like just in the most generic manner ever.
かすり傷です。やっやっ失神。はっせいやっ
Fucking hell, man. Jesus. Oh, is he up here? Obviously, Hair's gonna be at the root cause of all this. She's gonna appear at the end of this chapter, most likely. She's gonna appear with a, "Hey, it's me again. I'm here." And she's gonna end up being like a good guy or some crap in the long run. She's like, "I want to be a boy too. I want to be human. That was my initial goal from the beginning." But probably in the grand scheme of things, it is all just Hair trying to be human as well, seeing as she is just the the existence of an idea. Ba-boom, ba-boom, boom, ba-boom, boom, ba-boom.
諦めなさい、ハイヘビー。もう逃げられませんよ。
Okay, great idea doing this whole cinematized thing, but that was fucking cringely weird. Rocking up and then pointing. Like, commendable to attempt this, but yeah, give up, Grey Serpent, you have nowhere to run. Is that so? Then should I reward you with a bottle of wine, just like I said I would? Why does he still seem so relaxed? Is he plotting with something weird again?
理由はわからないけど。
Because for unknown reasons, Hair is helping you right now, isn't she? What if I said no? Shocked. For example, do you think that Hair ever helped us back when we were executing Project Stigma? Isn't she the leader of Project Stigma? That woman only works for what interests her. She doesn't even deem Sire important. Why would she offer help to me? But judging from the results, your conclusion isn't exactly wrong. All in all, I don't care what Hair wants. As long as the outcome is favorable to me, I'll happily go with the flow. Such as now. He jumps off the railing.
捕まるのは私ではないようだ。
ここは漁師の海。
It's a Sea of Quanta. The looming rain subsided, the sky and buildings faded away. The surrounded scenery quickly changed as if an intricate layer of shell had been broken, revealing the true contrasts within. What's going on? Susannah rubbed her eyes roughly. Did Nexora change to this? Is some sort of optical illusion? Where did Grey Serpent go? Did he escape again? Susannah, calm the fuck down. But where are we? Unlike Susannah, Celia was very familiar with the place because she was there for a very long time. She understood instantly that the scenery before her was no illusion or scheme, but a space that truly existed. This is the Sea of Quanta. The Sea of Quanta. Oh god. Maybe I don't like this chapter just because Susannah. Maybe I don't like the Susannah archetype really for storytelling purposes. Kind of like Zenitsu from Demon Slayer, just kind of fucking obnoxious. Shut the fuck up. You fought like world-ending beasts. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the Sea of Quanta. Where different universes simultaneously exist, where everything becomes a mess, where it's really difficult to get out from. No, that's not the problem. Weren't you trapped in the Sea of Quanta before? Yes, I once entered here because of an accident, and drifted between the multiple universes for a very long time. Speaking from personal experience, even though it seems absurd, we are definitely in the same situation as I was back then. But we were just in Exora. I remember Master Rita said that the criteria to enter the Sea of Quanta are actually very stringent. Even if you used a specialized facility like the Eye of the Deep, you aren't guaranteed to succeed. It can't be that Grey Serpent threw us in here. From what I know, Grey Serpents don't have that ability. And according to Grey Serpent himself, it seems like he only utilized a phenomenon created by Hair. What happened just now quickly flashed into Celia's mind. They had already forced Grey Serpent into a corner, but suddenly fissures cracked the surrounding space open. By the time they realized it, they were already in the unreachable Sea of Quanta. Fissures! A few vague memories. I have a question. When we began investigating Exora, did you notice anything strange? Were you suddenly bringing up paranormal stories? Celia told Susannah about how she had a mysterious fissures multiple times. First time in the safe house, I thought it would crack and didn't pay attention much to it. The second time was in Kiara's home, courtyard, and I had a strange dream after seeing it too. And the third time was we were arresting Grey Serpent just now. Once that fissure appeared, our surroundings distorted and transformed into the space in the Sea of Quanta. Fishes! Susannah gave her the thought, but eventually shook her head. I don't remember seeing anything like that. But if such abnormal things had happened before, getting worse each time, why didn't you discuss it with the professors? Well, that's because... Open her mouth to answer, but an unsettling feeling stopped her. She realized that she didn't have an answer to that question. Why didn't I talk to anyone such weird phenomenons? I seemingly treated it as a normal trivial, or something trivial rather. Silly felt more and more confused. It's as if she had fallen into some intricate and elusive trap. Is that hair over there? I think something's wrong with me. What's wrong? Why are you so pale? I don't know, did I eat something bad today? I was feeling a little dizzy when fighting against those seeds of ideas. It's finally over. That discomfort is getting more intense in this space. Feels like I'm getting airsick. I remember, unlike Teresa, Susannah should adapt well to the Sea of Conta. Why is this happening? And how I didn't report those strange happenings. Do you notice anything wrong? This Sea of Conta is really weird. It's weird indeed. I'm glad you're right. It's strictly speaking, I feel different too. Are you feeling sick? Not in that sense. Or rather, in a way, I'm faring better than ever. It might scare Susannah, but after we do this, she might feel better. Don't get too shocked, right? After all, as another Seelie, this was the second time she showed this kind of power outside her soul. The first time was many years ago when facing Bronya. Unfortunately, Seelie saw her as a devil then, and caused a ridiculous misunderstanding. Truthfully, that was a failed attempt at awakening. Why this time it's completely different. We can separate easily in this space. Oh. Am I too dizzy? Why are there two Seelies? There has always been two. Looks like it's really is a hallucination. Punch her in the face. That hallucination smacked her head heavily. Are you awake now? This air sickness is slowly subsiding, but there are still two Seelies. Of course, you feel better now because I came out of Seelie. Simply put, when the three of us exist independently, the Sea of Quanta can form a stable formation around us, like a triangle that cannot be deformed by external forces. Whether it's Susannah's dizziness and Seelie's acknowledgement of the fishes, they are both effects caused by the space. Grace Serpent said the effects that hair caused were advantageous for him. Was he referring to this? Are we affected by hair's illusions? Well, isn't that obvious? A Grey Servant who seems to know all of the anomalies. Seelie strangely let her guard down even though she noticed the anomalies, and Susannah who didn't notice the anomalies that restrained her. Clearly the effects depend on the individual, which means those fishes are trying to separate us. Probably, although I'm not sure what can be achieved by doing that. Maybe Hair only wants to show her trails to non-humans like Grey Serpent. What a weird woman. You've all said too much? Absolutely. Can anyone tell me why there are two Seelies? When I was staring into space, I was actually talking to this Seelie. You two get along. Always been together. Let's cut to the chase. We told you that there are two Seelies. As for why there are two Seelies here at the same time, I'm not sure either. Don't get me wrong, what I mean is, I don't know why that mastermind, probably Hair, would put in all the effort to create an area where an existence with no tangible body like me can move around freely. As I've said just now, it's probably because she's weird. But speaking of no tangible body or non-human, the past Project Stigma does fit these descriptions. Are you saying that Hair actually hasn't given up on Project Stigma? Can't say for long right now, only our past experiences against Project Stigma can help us get out of here. If we can't find the route back to reality, maybe we can search for bubble universes that we can interact with. Then we'll figure out their relationship with the real world's coordinates, which means we've actually lost in the Sea of Conta. Go backwards, getting lost is inevitable because it's the Sea of Conta. Unless we can use the necessary facility like Durandal to anchor our coordinates to the real world, of course it's too late to talk about all this now. True and real, which way do we go? Aura. There's another relatively stable universe nearby. Is the only way, although it makes me mad to think about something about forcing Susannah, whatever. Jesus Christ, alright, fair enough. Oh, dying. Oh, this is a sarcasm, isn't it? See, you're not here.
君が手に入れようとしているものは
Is this just hair killing
別に
Grey Serpent over and
私
over
と
again?
変わらないだろ
Probably. Maybe he's talking to us, who knows?
う。そうか。
Fucking hell, do we need this much
心
cutting?
から感謝す
You
る
you can play these as I'm walking, to be honest.
私
They don't
の
have to cut the
話に
fucking
付き合って
gameplay every single time I walk 5 fucking meters. Jesus Christ, man. Honkai is developing, but weirdly. Here's another one. You might as well just make it a cinematic experience instead of having a weird mixture of
こ
gameplay.
こに転送装置があります
There's a portal here!
私たち
Can we get out of this unstable space now? No.
この転送装
We
置
still
が
can't tell what this
どこ
portal
に
will bring
つく
us,
それ
and I
に
feel this disturbing aura
掘るし
nearby.
かないわね
Start digging.
掘る
ええ
You'll know when you dig it out. Even if you say that, move over. In this space, a normal human is practically blind and deaf.
これは
This is Grey Serpent.
どうしてハイヘビがいるの
Too smart for your own good.
策に溺れるってところかしら。いい君ね。こんな結末を迎えるなんて。でも、より厄介な事態になったわね。
これって本当
This
に
is really that Grey Serpent from Incognito.
体の一部が
This one has already replaced some parts of himself with nearly post-pharmaceutical bionic prosthetic. It has to be him.
ですが
But this body isn't damaged at all. Is he really dead, or did he abandon his body
い
again?
ろいろ苦労してよ
Well,
う
he
やく
spent so much effort to get this body, he can't possibly ditch it just like that. And if this is another escape scheme, who would bother leaving an empty shell in the Sea of Quanta? Even Hair would do something like that.
なるほど。
This is a red
ハ
herring.
イヘビは
He's simply making the best of the situation for his personal motives. What we really need to be wary of isn't him, but the phenomenon that is allowing him to act. Unfortunately, we can't find the answer we need from him.
それより
The more important question is, he wasn't captured by the Sea of Quanta before.
どうして
Why did he sink here?
じゃあ
That portal thing ahead is, who knows what's behind it.
私に言わせたら
Let's take these.
待って
Something's coming.
スーサナ
Prepare for battle.
どういうことでしょう急に四方八方から湧いてきました
Wait, I haven't fucking used Sarcasm Nix ever,
慌
really.
てないで私の後ろにいて何をビビってるのあなたが訓練の時に戦ってた気候と奴らに何の違いがあるっていうのよ気候には殻があって奴らにも殻がある同じでしょ
そうですよねゼーレさん何の違いもありません
敵の数が多いねスーサナさん大丈夫ついてこられるよね
二人と一緒にいればクラクラしませんから
でもこのペースで続けるとゼー
She's kind of fun.
もうひと踏ん張りよどれくらいの数がいるか見てみようじゃない
また新しい敵ですか
Yeah, new enemies again.
無限にいるってわけ待ってこの状況ってブローニャお姉ちゃんの時と
Haven't been reading any of the story. I hate story deliverance through combat.
ゼーレ
Is there a way we can retreat? Huh?
私たちを
Just like when Bronya saved us that time, unlike us, a normal human like Susannah can't continue fighting like this for too long.
大って言わ
You
れ
say get out, does it look like there's any way we can retreat to? Don't worry about me, I can hold on. Into the universe! Into the bubble universe, guys? It's the only way.
ゼーレのおもちゃになってくれるやっ
そうだゼーレさん今回の任務が無事終わったら
I'll bring you both to the castle back home.
招待しますよ
Oh, fair enough, Susannah.
小さなオアシスですが地平線が本当に綺麗で
But the horizon really looks amazing.
そこのラム肉と人
I'm
参
sure it does, Susannah.
玉ねぎも他の場所では食べられませんから
ちょっとあなたどうしちゃったのもう黙りなさい縁起でもないわ相手
Looks like there's a lapse in their attack. Get ready to retreat. Where to? The Sealies looked at the portal behind them simultaneously and nodded at one another. Remember that Sealy says she sensed another more stable universe in the Sea of Quanta. It should be the universe behind this portal. Perhaps the Grey Serpent's corpse floated here due to the Sea of Quanta natural flow, or maybe he realized the secrets of that universe. Why is the fucking game, like, flickering? That's way too dangerous. If we continue to fight against these countless quantum creations, it'll be hard for us to last until a rescue team comes. In such circumstances, it's worth to risk time travel, it's worth it to risk travel through the portal into a universe that can be completely different from reality. If we're fortunate, we'll be rejected by the rules of that universe. Wouldn't it be a disaster to be rejected? If we're rejected by the rules of Sea of Quanta, you'll return to your original world immediately. Don't you know that, how the Shixel's genius works? No. If the Sea of Quanta's rule rejects us, we can return to Nagazora. Yes. Perhaps out of particular emotion, she did not directly refer to Bronya. The situation that Susannah mentioned rarely occurs, though. We must prepare for our hearts to live in a different universe for the time being. But you think it would be better than being cornered by enemies? Yes. You guys are experts when it comes to Sea of Quanta, of course I'll listen to you. Alright, jump in! A gentle white light embraced her. It's a white screen, like an angel's wings, like a white flower blooming. She had extraordinarily high, just extraordinary luck. That bright light was the sign of someone being sent back to the original world from the Sea of Quanta. Must be nice to be lucky, then we're in no rush for our adventure in another universe. If we can wait for Shixel's rescue? Before she could finish her sentence, boundless darkness suddenly engulfed them, and the ground began to spin. A strange, crushing might attacked her body, but Sealy did not feel any pain. She quickly realized that when the triangle of stability formed by the two of herself and Susannah crumbled, Susannah definitely wasn't the only one who would be affected. The portal that had been stable was now expanding, the direct consequence of this incident threw the two currently separated Sealies into different bubble universes as different physical forms. Under such abrupt changes, the girl could only pray. Oh no. She's not returning. The girl had already paced back and forth for a long time. This was not a real physical space. Its shape, size, and scenery and decorations could change at its owner's whims. But the owner here kept the space as it looked when it first appeared, which means that this tiny universe had never expanded. So the girl quickly walked over the entire space again, back to the center of the room. Sealy hasn't returned. The girl made this conclusion calmly, not because she wasn't shocked, but because she had yet to believe this outcome. What nonsense, this place is within our heart, or more accurately within Sealy's heart. Her heart was here, but the soul of its owner wasn't. How could this happen? She should have returned here quickly. What are we doing, Sealy? Oh? The girl turned around abruptly. Are you looking for me? Who are you? I'm Sealy. Can't you recognize me? Why can you enter this room? Are you messing around now that Sealy is missing? What are you talking about, Sealy? A dark scythe, tinted with color of blood, instantly appeared in the hands of the black-clothed girl. The arc of its blade swiftly pressed against the throat of the girl in white. I asked, who are you? The girl in white did not fear the blade at her neck. She calmly looked into the eyes of the girl in black. Are you angry, Sealy? No, anger is only used to hide a deeper emotion. The disappearance of this room's original owner made you so insecure. I got it. You're another one of Hare's tricks. Nobody else can break into this place. No, I'm here because the owner has allowed me in. Are you trying to piss me off? Sealy would never allow you in here. No, when I said owner, I meant you. Nani? Haven't you realized this isn't her soul, but yours? You sensed me, and that's why I'm here. You are angry at me, that's why a weapon appeared in your hands. Enough of your nonsense. This place is Sealy's, and it's ours. No, it's not ours, but it's just yours. You're afraid to make this conclusion, then let me do it for you. You and Sealy are no longer together as one. Be quiet. The two of you are separate entities. You don't need to be in the Sea of Quanta to don't need to be in the Sea of Quanta to separate from one another. You're free, Sealy. Allow me to offer my sincerest blessings. Be quiet, I guess. An ominous black quickly descend. There's just so many typos in this fucking chapter. It's actually kind of crazy. An ominous black what? Like, I know it's a scythe, but come on, man. They're just missing words sometimes. Like, please. Black scythe quickly descended as if slicing the space apart. The figure of the girl in white immediately disappeared like ashes in a flame. Even so, her voice could be heard from an unknown place.
わかった
I said you need time to adapt to this. You think I'd believe in your nonsense? The dead should stay
あり
quiet.
がとう
Thank you.
今の私
Although I'm
ま
not
だ
dead,
死ん
but I'm
でない
extremely honored to be treated as a human. This is indeed the highest compliment.
ウサギと同じくらい
Incoherent, just like hair, it's obvious who created this illusion now. But a picture speaks a thousand words. It's easier for you to understand your current situation if you witness it for yourself. Then awaken and return to the open world. Use your own body to experience this freedom.
誰があなたの言うことを聞く
Why should I listen to you? Scram, just like I still have important things to do. You'll definitely wake up because
今日は
the borders are very cold after all. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? A chew.
これは
This is
どこよここは
the cool place.
雪に覆わ
An
れ
abandoned village covered in snow.
そう
Oh my god, it's that
さっき
place
あの
from
玄関は
Sekiro.
辺境とか言ってたわね
Sekiro.
どこの辺境なの
A snowy village
ここは
in Japan.
何の世界あの転送装置の向こう側なのかしらまずはゼーレとスーサナを見つけないといけないわね先へと進みましょう
Gotta find Celia and Susannah. Yeah.
この怪物たちは本当にしつこいわね全員死になさいあの怪物たちと戦った時の手応えここは本当に独立した世界なのね
The feeling of fighting against those monsters, this really isn't an independent
それだけじゃ
universe.
ない
What I see, hear, and smell, all these sensations feel so real.
匂い
It's almost like,
あら
I'm a
ゆ
real
る感覚が見
boy.
れるわ
I'm a real boy. With that woman's power now, it'll be too difficult to create such a realistic and huge dreamland, right?
大規模な夢を構築することなんて難しいはず
All those blue things? Seeds of ideas. But my powers, Celia's stigma powers can be used normally, even in
問題なく
a dreamland, universe bubble, whatever.
たとえ私が
In the case where I can't find Celia at all,
捨てられていなくてもあなたたちは
the two of you are separate entities going to be in the same quanta. You're free.
まさか本当に
Don't tell me she's right.
その言う通り
High chance.
そんなことが起きるわけないでしょ
Even though I can't wait to be free from having to look after that weak dummy, but she still can't be left alone.
彼女は私から離れられないわよね私ったら何バカなことを考えてるのゼレは今私が
She must be crying now because she can't find me. No, she's probably having a pretty good time, I'll be honest.
私が彼女を見つけてあげるさあ私を探す死になさい
そこのお嬢様待ってくれ
誰が喋ってるの
It's the ghost man.
僕だここだ
It's me over here.
なるほど
You develop monsters. Don't hurt me. I'm not a monster. Look in the mirror. Is there anything more monstrous than you?
信じてくれ
I may look like a monster, but I was once a living human.
彼は嘘をつ
He isn't lying. We were all humans.
あなたたち
慌てないでくれ
Don't panic. We didn't expect a human would visit this desolate border
俺
either.
たちは
We're the denizens of the country of milky sand.
砂鉄の国
Country of milky sand. You haven't heard of it? Then you must be from the outside world.
の世界
I'm in a bubble universe. Do the denizens of this country all look like you?
ほとんどはそう
Mostly, albeit a few more complete.
僕たちと同じように
They're transparent like us, but the outlines of their bodies or even facial features are
それ
visible.
でも透明なのよ世界の
It's a bubble universe, so anything could happen. Why did you stop me? We want to ask you for help. As you can see, the lady from the outside world, we denizens of milky sand, have lost our human form and only glow marks of existence.
この光が消えないよ
From the glow to live on, we must often bathe in moonlight.
そうよ
Above our biggest oasis city is the moon that never sets, emitting a gentle, serene light of eternity.
の光の
As long as the moon shines on us, we'll not disappear nor be forgotten. He's saying that you can live as this thing in the moonlight.
話が早くて助
You're
かる
very clever. Unfortunately, the moonlight cannot reach this remote border. Then why did you come here? Because, of course, it's the first place to merge. Starting here, the great sage will give us a new life. Ignore those words. We came to attend to some matters. Probably their religion. How troublesome. I don't see how I can help you with that. I can't move the moon here or anything. I'm in hurry by.
大丈夫
A special catalyst that we call the moon rock can be found nearby. It emits a faint light that has the same effect as the moonlight. Out of the way, I'm not your own girl. We've discovered where it is, you only need to collect a number of it and place them in the right place. We'll do it ourselves as possible, but as you can see, we don't have the hands to do it. If you don't help us, we can only wait for disappearance. I'll help you. Alright, cool. Such a kind soul, thank you enough. Crazy. Let's go get some moon. Moon rock. Call me Sele. Zele. God, the speed. Jesus Christ, the speed that we're moving at. Jesus Christ, let me have control of the camera. I will kill myself if I don't have control of the camera more in Honkai Story. Holy shit. There's a cinematic experience, and then there's just being obnoxious with the camera. Fair enough. I found one of your rocks. As expected. Alright, Milky Sand Citizen. And then they all became human. Is essentially the concept, right? They place it here, and then they're all human. Or they appear as human. The girl slowly embedded the strange crystal into the pedestal, and then right then and there, a white light flew over everything. Looking down, there was only a moonstone in my hand, but the warmth made it feel like something transparent had broken through the space and gently laid on the back of the girl's hand. Sele. Purely out of intuition, she called out her name, but she instantly knew that she was right. The invisible hand belonged to her missing other self. Are you there? Her loud shout seemed to have scared the invisible being. Its touch and warmth slowly disappeared into the frigid air. She could no longer feel that hand. Only a hard and cold moonstone remained in her trembling hands. At the end of the Sea of Quanta, the world was in considerable chaos, rather. Got the Bureau of International Police to retreat. How is it? Has Nagamitsu found Celia and Susannah? We're in trouble now. What trouble? Cosmic Juggernaut cannot find Celia and Susannah's signal, and what's more worrying is this might be a dangerous premonition for the world. You mean it's not a coincidence they went missing? Likely not. After all, ignoring obviously impossible scenarios like deep space to hide from the Cosmic Juggernaut, there's only one way. Their current location isn't in the same dimension as this universe. Considering that there's nothing wrong with Kiana's authority, this location is likely the sea in the Sea of Quanta. The location where the Sea of Quanta is connected to the real world is precisely the problem. It's definitely Nagazora, right? It might be around the previous imaginary singularity. No, are you serious? The Sea of Quanta's penetration point is near the previous imaginary singularity? How can that be? They should negate one another. Other than Kiana's authority, there can't be a power similar to finality that is powerful enough to merge everything, right? Alright, calm down, Nicola. There's merely a world mechanism that we have yet to understand. But if it's a world mechanism, I'm afraid that it's only Nagazora that's affected. I've asked Nagamitsu to use Cosmic Juggernaut to look for other Valkyries and relevant members just in case. If possible, it's best to contact Rondel and Rita who have headed to a certain bubble universe. But considering that this situation could be caused by the Sea of Quanta's abnormal fluctuations, we probably can't expect their support for now. Then, shall we gather the group of people from Saint Freya? Yes, I've already contacted them with the Sovereign. In this aspect, the most worrying thing is, we can't seem to contact Fu Hua. How can that be? Well, in the past, to the help of the Hersh of Sentience, Nagamitsu especially modified her settings, such that she can contact Cosmic Juggernaut anytime through her phone. Theoretically speaking, she should be the easiest person to contact. Mail. You've got mail. Forwarded by Nagamitsu, the original sender is unknown. Just a picture of some pasta. As the spinning sensation subsided, the light illuminated the darkness before her. After a short while, the girl's feet landed on steady and soft landed again. As she recovered various senses, the most intense sensation was the frigid cold. She could even think of her next action.
北極雪国サンタさんの故郷まるでおとぎ話の中の景色みたいわかったこれが漁師の繊維っていうものだよね
Might be in an isekai. Please never make isekai jokes. They're just shit jokes.
スーサナさん
I'll be absolutely honest. Just stop making, like, isekai jokes. They suck.
分厚い雪ですよ世界が真っ白になってます
Alright. Mosey on around here, eh?
すみません少し興奮しす
I
ぎま
was
し
a
たね
little too excited.
私の故郷で
After all, in my hometown, we rarely even see a snowflake, much less a whole field of snow. Although I've seen a lot of snowscapes since I came to Shixel HQ, I'm still amazed every time I see it.
そのせいで
Alvatir always makes fun of me for it, though.
そういうことだったんだね
You weren't feeling well before. Are you alright now? Oh, right about that. I think I'm fine. Maybe because I've adapted to the Sea of Quanta, Alvatir says that adaptability is one of my best strengths.
環境が
Perhaps it's because of the environmental change. They are proper architecture and living facilities here. It's clear that it has been inhabited before. We are probably in a relatively stable bubble universe. But I was so shocked by that portal just now. I thought that white light was going to disintegrate me into atoms. Are you alright? And the other Sealy too? Suddenly the two realized that the third person wasn't around. Where did the other Sealy go?
待ってちょっと確認し
Just to be sure, she was together with us before, right? I didn't hallucinate that.
焦らないで
Calm down, Susannah. If nothing goes wrong, she will always be with me. Well, that's the norm, isn't it? Then, shall we try calling for help?
私も
Yes, I think we should. As usual, Sealy began to visualize the room in her head. She could almost see the girl, inseparable from her, turning around quickly, deliberately greeting her in a nonchalant manner.
ゼーレ
The girl did not appear. The room did not either. Even that familiar heartbeat could not be felt. When Sealy opened her eyes, she only saw the white, foreign world, and Susannah's confused
あ
expression.
の
It seems like nothing happened.
どうして
セーレさん
Could it be that she's now...
何も
I can't feel her at all.
こんな状
This
況
has never happened before. Even when they were separated on the moon, Sealy could still feel her other self within her body. Like a thread that always connected the pulses together, even if they could not hear each other, they could still feel one another's heartbeats. But right now, Sealy could not feel the other person's presence at all. That thread had been broken. A series of frightening thoughts clenched at the girl's heart. Every ripple felt like unprecedented loneliness. Even though her battle suit had given her warmth, the girl still trembled from the freezing cold.
セーレさん
You're right, you don't look so good. Is something wrong?
私
I
私は
feel empty. Sealy was shocked to realize she could not speak. She only clenched her fist tighter and tighter.
セーレさん
And she fainted and died immediately. A pair of warm hands firmly held the panicked girl's shoulders. Sealy felt a warmth rush in her heart and trembled. And the trembles were dispelled by his touch, or this touch.
大丈夫です
No matter what,
私たちは
we all entered the portal, right? Yes, we did.
なら
Then theoretically speaking, we should all appear in the same place. The other Sealy isn't here, maybe because, well, it's the Sea of Quanta after all. This space is all messed up. Maybe she was thrown to the other side of the village. Or maybe she arrived first, realized some of the danger, and went ahead to protect us. That's right, that's possible. Anyway, as a Shixel Valkyrie, I think we need to get moving. Let's find the other Sealy.
サナさん
Although she knew that Susannah's words were contradictory and illogical, Sealy felt calmer. She slowly relaxed her fists. Yes, you're right, let's look for her.
ありがとう
Yes, let's look for her indeed. But let's definitely not go down the path where she probably could be, but let's go down this other path where she probably isn't.
常に積雪のある世界の泡なのかもしれないね建物の屋根はどれも斜めになってるし壁も頑丈だから
There's a door.
確かにさすがです観察眼が鋭いですね
大したことじゃないよ
That's just
シベリアではこういう建物がたくさんあるからうーん
This door isn't budging. Let's find another way.
す
The two of them looked up at the huge door, observing it carefully. You're right, there seems to be a black smudge on the door too. It looks like a flower.
黒い何かがあるような
I call it a bit more than a smudge, but fair enough.
この扉には
It doesn't look like there's a lock or a hatch. Why can't we open it? Or maybe the door can't be opened because of that flower. The moment she said that, Susannah laughed at herself. What am I saying? This superstition is too absurd, even in a bubble universe. Well, you have a sharp intuition, young lady. A voice. Who's talking? Some from the bubble universe. Come out now. Don't scare me. But I'm right here. Susannah scanned her surroundings carefully, but she still did not see anyone. An invisible human. After I said you were too sharp, I'm behind this door. What are you hiding behind the door? Waiting to scare anyone who approaches by speaking suddenly? I'm not idle enough to do something so meaningless. Then why are you hiding behind the door? I'm waiting for someone to open it. I can't do it from my side. We can't open from this side either. Well, that's because you're not doing it right. I heard you. You said there's a black smudge on the door. That's something that can disrupt space in this bubble universe. But fortunately, there's a crystal that can remove this matter in the peripheral village. It's known as light salt. Can you go and get a few? You should be able to open the door with it. You said in this bubble universe, right? What's wrong with that? I'm somewhat of a drifter in the sea of Quanta. Okay, it isn't strange for me to know about a bubble universe. A drifter in the sea of Quanta? That's cool. May I know your name? Although it's alright for you to know, I'll tell you after you guys open this door. Think about it, even if I tell you my name now, you still won't know how I look like. That's pretty weird, no? 'Cause I'm someone very fussy. But we need to know as many answers as we possibly can while we have the chance. We'd love to help, but we have urgent matters at hand. We haven't found our companion yet. Surely she hasn't gotten very far. Well, very well, I can help you. When did you get separated from your companion? About 10 to 20 minutes ago. That was when we entered this bubble universe, and then it's so hard to tell the exact time. Then the possibility of her going through this door can be ruled out first because I've been behind the door for over an hour and it hasn't opened once. This gate is the only exit of the border of the village. In other words, your companion is still somewhere in the village. I see, that's an important piece of info. Then let's find her. Wait, since you're going to the village, why don't you collect some light salts for me on the way? When you want to leave after finding your companion, you still need to open this door. Besides, if the info I provided it was very helpful, wasn't it? You're right. Once you get to the village, watch out for it. We're off, thanks. It's like fucking Senti or some fucking crap, I don't know. Probably it's gonna end up being her. What the fuck? Listen, I've got my thoughts on this chapter. I'm just very fucking weirded out by this chapter. I know they're trying to do something different, but I don't know. I feel like it's just not it. I feel like this chapter's kind of just going in a direction of, like, weirdness. The whole constant cutting, constant just interrupting of gameplay. You just don't have the gameplay then if it's just going to be interrupted. Is this some kind of writing? Susannah, touch the glowing symbols on the wall. La la la. Another invisible person. It's still me. It's the lady behind the door. Guidance is ability to control notes. I can project sound into the distance as text or determine your general position through the delay of echoes. Like a babushka. You said it first, so that proves you think so too. You only need to follow the text converted the music notes to the light salts. As for the mount, 5 chunks should do it. Light salt to attract monsters from the Sea of Quanta. Alright. It just happens to be a box here.
しばらく廃棄されてたみたいだね。ゼレはここにいないみたい。
大丈夫です。もっと奥の方に行ってみましょう。
Bit of a rhythm thing, eh? Or not a rhythm, a pattern recognition. They have to do the white screen of death? Jesus Christ.
光の塩ってこれのことかな。
名前通りですね。
This is exactly what I mean. You don't really need this amount of cutting.
どうして塩なんでしょう。
They can talk whilst you move,
とにかく
or you can just have the screen not fade out to black.
よし、順調です。どうしました？
Is there a trap we missed? No. She lifted her hand with was confused. When I touched this light crystal, it felt soft. Susannah felt the lump of crystal before her. It's not soft, it's hard. Only lasted for a second. Must be my imagination. Maybe you're right. I just don't think you need this much cutting in this game. I don't know why this chapter just feels so like it's just dense with just shit being cut. And then we cut to black again. Like, why? Why? We don't need it. Like, it literally, it's just, I'm picking up a rock. I ain't solving fucking quantum physics. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Maybe it's just me then. I just hate cutting in gameplay. I hate gameplay impediment bullshit in almost every video game. Brum.
ここは
This place. I told you about. This is the place where I found that child. They're just gonna exchange information about that child, and that's where I saw the child. Cool. Classic white screen, then we gotta pick it up and we gotta get a black screen. Black screen. Alright, let's speed on over to the last two. It kind of feels like I'm not running as fast as this Sealy than I did the other Sealy.
怪物がやっぱり現れました。踊りましょう。音楽が鳴り止むまで。
White screen of death. Whoa. Okay. And then, black screen of death. Meow. Doom, 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 doom. There's a wall. Oh no. How are we gonna get up there? If only there was arrows to literally point me in the direction. Just... Why don't you just do the puzzle for me, actually, you know what I mean? You can just do the puzzle for me, Maho, if you wanted to. Like, by all means, go for it. Just have big old text just telling me, this is the answer. We found all 5. We didn't see Sealy, though. Oh, that's the ground, thank you. I won't feel down so easily again. What should we do next? Go to the door. Gotta stop looking for her? We've looked all over the village, but she isn't here. But we've confirmed that I didn't enter this Bellevue universe by coincidence, but by someone's design. That same person probably separated Sealy from us. However, if that person is here, why would she do such a thing? All in all, we can't solve a puzzle without knowing that the goal of our opponent in this world must reflect me or our opponent in some way. Makes sense and doesn't overturn our early guess. The other Sealy should be somewhere in the Bubble universe. We can't reach just yet. Let's go to that door. And it's gonna be like young hair or something. Where the fuck am I? I just teleported me to the door. Hello, door lady. We're here. Should we call you Drifter? We brought the 5 light salts. Oh yeah, Kira, true. She was in the cinematic, wasn't she? It's because you're talking to the Shixul travelers who got brains and brawn. Totally forgot she was in the cinematic. Lol. The lady behind door, how do we open the door using light salts? There's a pedestal in front of the door, right? That's a basic condenser. Place the light salts in, adjust the condenser's angle, aim the light at the black interfering substance in the door, and the door will open. Let's do what we're told. I didn't even get to do it? Oh my god. Way to ruin everything. Where did she go? Did she go ahead? We might find her if we keep going. Just around the corner. Ooh, what's that? Be careful because of the cliff. Oh, yep, nice sliding technique. That's mind-blowing. This is the bubble universe we're in. You two are amazed as well. We're not so different, are we? This voice is. Salt Snow Holy City. Yokoso! Watashi no Soul Society! That's the end of the chapter? Fair enough. I'll be real. The story is kind of cool, I guess. I have no idea where it's going, but fuck me, I can't handle the amount of cutting that Honkai's story has right now. You walk 5 meters and there's another cut, and you walk 5 meters and there's another cut, you walk 5 meters and another cut, and the arrows just tell you where to go. There's just no player input that's valued. The game may as well just play itself, and the same thing would happen. I'm not sure why they're doing that, because I think the first few open worlds are not that. There's a lot of player input that they had to do to achieve something. But and I know this is not open world, but this one you just everything's just playing itself. You may as well just not play the game. You can get the same results as watching someone play as playing it. So it's just a bit odd that this is what's happening, but I guess it's fine for now. That's the end of chapter 36. That's all of chapter 36. I think that became available today, so that'll be like up as one whole part, but I don't know. This chapter feels kind of like weird. Like actually, like I knew that it was gonna be filler from the start, but goddamn, does it actually like? It's like filler that knows it's filler. You know what I mean? It's not like filler that's kind of like trying to be main stuff, but it just so happens to be filler. It's like filler and it's being filler. Like not these characters aren't unimportant, but goddamn, they are just like, dude, what greater scheme is this gonna play into? You know what I mean? Anyway. Time to do some of this stuff. Now, oh my god, this guy's got triple S, full gear, pre-arm, double S, Elf Alicia. Jesus Christ, dude, relax. It ain't that deep, But I need to try to get myself a triple S, Sushang sooner or later. Where is she at right now? S1, isn't it? Oh no, S3. 25 fragments, and we rank up her to double S. Double S is like the only important one, to be quite fair, though. I don't know if triple S is overly... It's good, but I don't know if it's overly important. Okay. Begin Memorial Arena. But yeah, Shigure Kira is like there, so that's pretty cool. Shigure Kira is now the character. I believe that's her name. Obviously, she's not on that story there. You don't get her name told to you, but I believe it is Mrs. Shigure. And yeah, that's pretty cool. As for like the plot, I don't know if I'm overly interested in the continuation of the story of Honkai, because obviously this is the first chapter after the finishing of part 1. I'm not sure if I'm overly interested. But I don't know, I might pay attention to it in the future. This chapter really has like removed any interest that I have in the story. I'm not sure why. I just feel like nothing relevant is happening to anything. I think it's just, I guess, maybe trying to create a new relevance, but a new point of relevance, but I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's quite hitting. Not quite hitting. I also want to blame Susannah for this a bit. I'm not saying she's a bad character by any stretch of the word, but I think it's just I've never been a fan of these like super fucking stupid characters, the klutzes, if you will. I've never really been a fan of them. I don't think there's a single anime that I watch that, or like any kind of story where like, this is the klutz character. I love the klutz character. I don't know. Not really my go-to character design. So I'm not sure if she's gonna be. Obviously, I knew she was gonna be a focal part, but I don't know. I wasn't expecting her to be that fucking stupid after becoming a Valkyrie. Oh my god, The chance of being in the Sea of Quanta. Why are we here? It's like, I don't know. It's like not that you've been to the fucking moon, haven't you? Or you've dealt with concepts similar to the moon and finality. I don't know if the Sea of Quanta's overly fucking like unpredictable, you know what I mean? Alright, 46 720, sure. I think 46 600 is like the cutoff for the last reward, so we're good. Kochi kochi! Kochi kochi! Ba 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 ba. Cool. Pardon me. Yeah, Honkai Impact. Chapter 36. Yeah, that's definitely something. And that's about all it is. I'll definitely upload that as a video. We'll definitely continue doing Honkai Impact story. But as for my care about it, I'm not sure how high or low that will be. As not an overly large fan of this one. Oop, that's not that one I'm talking about. Not overly large fan of this one so far. But once something interesting starts happening, we'll definitely be in there. But that was chapter 36. Hailing from Nagazora, which we spent very minimal time in Nagazora. But yeah, that was chapter 36, and boom, there it is. Jim's your uncle and Bob's your aunt. Or something like that. No, never read the book. Let's finish off our dailies and maybe we can jump onto Star Rail for a bit. Have a bit of time. Because I'm almost... almost Trailblazer level 39. I think I could probably get to 39 if we finish a few things. Now, just for the sake of finishing stuff here, I might go do 3 more runs of this. Or maybe I should save that for later in the week. And I might save that for a bit later in the week. Actually, we'll just save all of this stuff for a bit later in the week. I'll do it myself. Except for the sim battle, maybe? I think sim battle will do. Try to get some runs here. What is this? Ah, oh, fucking physical characters. Oh, they make me kill myself. I have no idea how this character works, and I have absolutely no desire to learn. I did like Rosalia's and Lilia's appearance. That was kind of fun, although I'm not sure what they were doing exactly. I guess they were just like being there and shit. Guess that'll be a thing that's dealt with in the future chapters, right? Rosalia and Lilia's kind of fucking what are the Honkai abnormality power, Honkai abnormality reaction fusion, whatever it's called. That'll probably be dealt with, because Lilia gets tired at 7 PM when the moon comes out, presumably. Presumably gets tired when the moon is out. And then it'll be kind of cool to see what happens with Rosa. Maybe Rosa gets just fucking tired during the day with her fucking active Honkai reaction thingy. And I don't know. Yeah, that'll be kind of cool to figure out. But no, chapter 36. Not overly stoked for the future of like 1.5 of Honkai. I don't know, it just seems kind of boring. The whole maybe it's just because I'm sick of fucking Grey Serpent and then Hair in the greater picture. I like the character of Hair, but I'm kind of just sick of World Serpent. Just kind of get rid of the fucking name. It's a fucking broken organization. Just kind of get rid of the name and start something else. But no, they're still the fucking focal enemy. It's like, I don't know, move on. The main stuff of World Serpent is fucking Kevin, and the man's fucking dead now, so I don't know. The last time we meet Shigeru is at the opening intro, settling scores against Otto. Well, it doesn't really matter when we last met her. This doesn't really mean much to me. It's just, it's cool that she's here, but yeah, that's about it. Not really, like, seeing her hasn't made me more excited about anything. Any more or less excited. She's just another character in the story that we're finally seeing and having more elaboration on. But that's about it, though. It's fine, absolutely, it's fine, but yeah. She hasn't done anything for the story, in my opinion. Bum. Get this, get my Einstein's Taurus. We have 236, I don't even think that's one weapon. Let's get some Gyakushin Mako souls. Is that... yeah, we can, okay, great. I think she should almost be maxed, no? She's... okay, she's double S1. Very good, very good. Oh god, that's a lot of fucking fragments to get. Holy shit. We are getting them very slow though. It should probably take us the next like month or two to get her to maybe triple S. And then we're good. We're absolutely Gucci. Yeah, that's all we're gonna do with Honkai though. That was chapters 36 part 2 and 3 done in one go, because last week chapter 2 released and we didn't do it because of Honkai Star Rail. And that was an enjoyable experience, but no, I'll have to definitely see more stuff. Maybe now that we're kind of a bit... that was like, I guess, an introductory chapter. It was a very weak introductory chapter. It did not make me excited about a single thing that's happening. But maybe the next stuff will be a bit more better. Who knows? Maybe the next few things will be better. I don't know. Maybe I'm also because of Honkai Star Rail. Honkai Impact just feels so outdated. Playing it and everything that they're doing just feels very outdated. Like, maybe it's just me and I don't like, maybe just my disdain for outdated things is kind of like coming in and creeping up, because the refinement that Genshin and HSR have for their kind of like their stuff is maybe outweighing the stuff in my brain. Who knows? But we're still there for the Honkai Impact stuff. We're still playing for the hair. We're still playing for the potential of future characters and future things. So yeah. Maybe just me. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm the problem. Alright. We're playing HSR though, just really quickly. As we just close off. Oh god. As we close off a few things here, let me just... there we go. Yeah, I'm not sure. But I won't harp on about it, as don't want to just shit on the game unconditionally. I just think they need to improve. They're trying to improve it, but I think in a very wrong direction. They're trying to improve the storytelling of Honkai Impact. I feel like a lot of the stuff they're doing is just quite unnecessary with the whole camera angles and cutting in and out and interruption to gameplay and whatnot. I just feel like it's like, I don't think this is doing anything for it. You know what I mean? But how much energy do we have to spend here? 57. That's going to get us to level 39. Actually, I want to do the audio because I turned down Honkai Star Rail whilst I'm playing in my own time because it's fucking loud. We're 200 XP away, so that's 4 runs, roughly. And I've been farming up the arrows of the Demon Slayer because this is what is used for hunt characters. And we might as well max out my hunt characters as quickly as humanly possible.
No more playing night. Dodge this!
My Su Shang, though, is an absolute monster.
Swords descend! Dodge this! Take this! Rise, Phoenix!
Yeah. Oh. See, now I feel at home playing this bad boy. I feel at home just playing some HSR.
Let me through! Dodge this!
The truth of life and death. The sanctuary is but a vision.
Oh yeah.
Break!
Oh yeah.
A one-time enemy!
Oh yeah.
Naughty child, nap time.
I've no interest in conflict.
No more playing. You're not going anywhere! Blade and flight! Wanna see what I can do?
Yeah,
Take
this
this!
just feels great.
Rise, Phoenix!
Yep, this feels great. I'm loving it. Bang, smack that in.
Dodge this!
Bada bing, bada boom.
Fighting is meaningless.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, level 39. Boom. Oh no, wait. Oh, we're one run away. Oh, god damn it. We're like 40 XP when I know for a fact I've got
no
no
interest in
chests in the open world.
No
know
more
for a
playing night
fact.
dodge this! Practice is over. Swords descend!
Swords descend!
Nap time.
Fighting.
There we go. Level 39 now. Bum 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 bum. Woohoo. How much to the next level? There are already players that are level 40. 4,000 XP! Oh my god. But there are definitely players right now who are well over level 41. I have seen someone of my friends is apparently 41. Absolute monster of a player. And by monster of a player, I mean... That's not how you get to the friends list. This one. Look at this. 42! Oh my god. Level 42. Jesus goddamn Christ. It's Jason fucking Bourne, man. Jesus Christ, it's Jason Bourne. Hey, Pom-Pom. Why are you crying? Full course points. Points course. You managed to stop Pom-Pom from crying. Great! Alright, Pom-Pom.
You find
What do we get? Some energy, some of these things, and ascension material for the main guy, the Trailblazer. Alright, accept. I accept wholeheartedly. And then at level 40, we gain a bunch of resources. 3 rolls, wow. Level cap raised to 50. And then equilibrium and character level up increase, everything. We get the whole shebang, and we get 4 whole roly-polies. I would do a roll right now if we'd had some, but we're 4 roly-polies away, so probably the next Trailblazer level, we'll do some garbagooing, but for now, really all I wanted to log on to do. I have indefinitely been grinding, whatever the word is, in something. We've been grinding this fucking thing. And I probably will do some more of this later tonight if I feel up for it. We're trying to max out the ability tree. We're halfway to another skill point. I'm most likely to go for the crit damage boost to get some more damage on the field. Probably go all the way there. That path resonance damage increase by 10% is very good. After that, we'll probably go for reduced damage taken. And then we'll go down the middle tree, which is... Actually, no, we might go this one. Increased path resonance damage by 15% is pretty goated if you go into the hunt tree. And then effect res rate increases by 8%. Effect hit rate, rather. And this one is damage... Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's all looking up Jimmy. It's all looking up Jonathan. Alright. That's pretty much all I want to do, though. Honkai Impact, Honkai Star Rail, Genshin Impact, the whole shebang, the whole 9 yards. Though I will say Honkai Impact right now. Come on, dude. What's happening? What's happening with that story? We're going to wrap up early, boys, because we've got nothing else to do, really. I don't want to start anything, because there's absolutely no need. We're going to play probably more HSR tomorrow. Just gonna play HSR. That's all it is. We're probably going to grind out just a bunch of simulated universes, probably try to do a bunch of fun stuff with a bunch of different builds, and get a lot of stuff done there. But for now, thanks for hanging out, boys. The story for that will be up either tonight or tomorrow sometime. The full Chapter 36 Part 2 and 3, all in one fell swoop, will be up sometime tonight or tomorrow. If you guys did enjoy, have a great time. Stay safe. Catch you guys in the next thing. Pardon me. If you guys are having a great day, continue so. Eat food, have water, and have a good one. Peace out.